right, and we should be live. Hi everyone, hi, I'm Christian with Cryptic Hybrid. Welcome to this very special, super special live stream. It's Friday, July 9th, I believe, and today we are going to talk about a game that I've been following for quite a while. I've enjoyed the demos of it. I like the style, I like the story. It's Go Heroes Prometheus, and of course, here to talk about it, it's the game's creators, Vasiliki and Marinos. Hi, thanks so much for coming on.
Hello, Christian.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for having us here today.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So let's just go right into it. For everyone watching, give us an elevator pitch. What is Go Heroes Prometheus in 30 seconds?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, we hate elevator pitches
but I can
because
I can do it. I can do it.
Shoot it.
Go Heroes Prometheus is a cross-genre game where the action, the rush from the action games is combined with the strategy of the tactical turn-based games, and have created an excellent
Mix?
an excellent mix. This is what I'm going to say about Go Heroes.
Okay, so
A challenge.
yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
Actually, it's a cross-genre game. We wanted to create something unique, and we did it. And this somehow backfired to us because we cannot market it efficiently.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying the truth. Yeah.
Okay. So
No.
what we've made is this cross-genre game that allows you to enjoy exploring and action while taking your time and thinking through the combats. It's you go through the ancient Greek myth of Prometheus, and you get to steal the fire from the gods.
Which you shouldn't do that in general. Like, if anyone
Don't steal.
came, yeah, exactly. Don't steal in general, but especially don't steal from Greek gods, because they've been known to be quite vindictive towards people who wrong them. That's for sure. Like, for anyone who's read, it's like you don't want to get them pissed off. But yeah, so tell me a little bit about you and your studio. For people who don't know, Happyland Games. This is not your first project, right? So you've done a few games before. Can you tell me a bit about those? And because they're mobile games. So maybe you can tell me about also the transition to this PC title.
Okay. First of all, we are working together far beyond the time that we started making games. We started as graphic designers and Go developers. We are self-taught. This is not our first project together. In 2016, we wanted to try and create a game and test the waters of gaming and game development and the industry in general. And we created a mobile game based on the old games, the retro style games. It was nothing very much. It was just trying to get into things. We do work for hire, and so in our website you will see that there's also a mobile game, Heroes of Athens, that we have created for the first game festival that took place in Athens. We were very blessed and honored to do this work for the government. It was something that we provided to them. And we also have made a mobile game which we called, I can't remember the name because it had changed quite a lot of times, but it was something that didn't work very well.
Actually,
Sons of Icarus, maybe?
No, that was the first game we ever made.
Oh.
On it.
Actually, we started making mobile games because we wanted to start small and then expand. And we have gone into many game jams. For 48 hours, we had to create a sample demo game.
In 1 year, we've gone through 7 game jams, trying to boost up our skills.
It was so exhausting, but at the end, we had too many. We had few concepts. And we actually created Go Heroes in a game jam in 48 hours, and then they gave us the first award. It was.
It won first place, right, at the jam?
Yes, it was the first time that we ever won anything, and
nice.
It was amazing.
Yes, and we thought at that time that we had found the idea, and we started slowly developing it and improving the demo. In 3 years, we started as voxels.
A mobile voxel idea.
Then we tried controller, Xbox controller, and it was so fun and better than the mobile version. And we started thinking of a bigger game. And then we went to Nordic Games, and we won People's Choice Award. And
we thought that it was it, that we should give it our time and invest in this idea. So sometimes we might miss your question, so get back on track if we do not answer exactly.
That's good. No, because it's good because it shows, like, kind of like, the path that you took to get here. I just have like one. So when you went for when you went to do game jams, right? Were those so you would, like, maybe experiment and practice, or were you like looking for maybe a way to get inspiration for like a bigger project, or you were just thinking like, no, we're just gonna make small games with in the jam?
We had in mind that we needed to boost up our skills and make really fast small stuff, small games. Okay, we know as designers that when you crunch, you boost up your skills. This is the perfect way to win time when years have passed. And if we could have a good concept, it would be a double success for us. And it just happened. I mean, in through 7 game jams, we did have 1 or 2 good ideas. So yes, it was a little bit of both.
All right. Okay, I mean, it definitely looks like, you've come a long way when it comes to the complexity of, everything, from mobile, especially from, if you take a game jam. I don't even know. Actually, that would be cool to have like like, I don't know if you have it or you want to make it public, like the game jam version of Go Heroes. Like that would be, yeah.
We want to do that for, we have 2 things in mind. For when we reach 50% in our campaign, we have two ideas. We want to show to the people the first version, and I was thinking about making it public, perhaps. I'm not sure about that, and giving people the access to it. Marinis is not very sure about that. And also we want to make a live from Acropolis, but that's a different thing. But yes, we want to show over the way.
The demo is great, but I have one bug, which I'm not sure if I want to fix. But it will not break the animation. I guess we will go on 50%. We will release.
I mean, you could just play it.
So you can play it. Yes.
You could just like live stream, like you playing through the game jam bill, like without putting it out there. You just play
5 minutes. It's actually 5 minutes. Perhaps we can give it to you. I'm not sure.
I mean, I would play it definitely because that's interesting. I want to see the raw, like what happened those 48 hours and how we get, because that's there's so many game jam projects that are being made, and that's awesome. And I've played so many already. Very small percentage if you think about it, because there's so many that are developed, but very few have that, I don't know, special something where everything comes together and the developers decide, you know what, we should take this and make it into a bigger project, a commercial game. So it's like it's capturing something very special. And I guess you did with that game jam version. So yeah.
Actually, we had a plan always. Yes, we wanted to have fun and have beers and
Enjoy. It's nice.
enjoy talking with our dads. But we really wanted to go at the end to have something strong.
Portfolio.
Mhm.
Even if it's
To
not
build up-
something,
yes.
even if it's not something that we will continue working,
Mhm.
we want it to be complete.
Right.
Okay.
Which
Again,
is not easy for a game jam. It's like yeah.
It's not we're graphic designers and we have learned to create campaigns through a weekend because the client is going, I want it now.
Yeah, and
Right.
we are Greeks. We are used to work
The last hour.
to the last hour.
What are you saying? Like, everyone knows Greeks work so much, and they definitely don't take coffee breaks in the middle of the day for an hour and chat to their friends and smoke. That's not. I'm joking. That's fine. Come on.
At the end, Greeks always
always-
deliver.
We delivered, okay?
No, that's good.
Come on,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
delivered
yeah.
the Olympic Games.
Yes.
We didn't believe that we could do that. We were
Yeah,
like,
well,
we did it. Oh my God.
It was. I was walking one day, and suddenly a bricks was raised in a day, and
wow, really? Oh, that's efficient. See, that's the thing. Like, if there's actual desire to do something, people can make it. That's the thing. There's not enough desire. There's not like everyone's festina lente. It's like I don't think it's cultural necessarily. Like you could have
you're
the
right.
worst projects in Japan. Maybe you know what? Maybe Japan is the exception. But other than that, it's like you could see everywhere. But if people put their mind into something and their heart and and also obviously the financials, you can do like really good stuff really fast. So yeah, we don't really do that here in Romania. We're like. We spend a lot of money and it takes like 5 extra years to do something that was supposed to be done in 3. So it's kind of like that thing. So I'm used to,
it's,
Really, we have enough.
it's similar
Yes,
here.
but in Greece, Romania is like the Estonia of the Balkans.
Really?
We were very high in our eyes. We're like, oh, Romanians.
We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. I don't know why that's the case. We shouldn't be because
For sure, we know that Romania are supporting game development, and we
This is what
have
we
friends. Yes, we have many friends, and
we know few people.
game
I mean-
development teams from Romania that
Yeah.
we
It's very
admire.
strange. Yeah, something connects us with Romania.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how it's happening. In 2017, you said about the pitching. So
Mhm.
after we had made this small game jam mobile game, the first Athens Games Festival was going to happen in Athens, and we heard and I read that there was this Nordic games I had no idea about. They were making a competition, okay, and they wanted a pitch.
Mhm.
And I had no idea about that. I went to the Google Translator and was like, pitch.
What is pitching?
What is pitching? And it was
Mhm.
birds.
it's not.
They want us to sing like birds, Maria.
I mean, they're a little weird in Scandinavia, so might be the thing.
Why not? Okay,
It could be.
So when I learned, I was like, oh, how do people do that? And I found the pitching that the Romanian team had done for their semifinals in Romania. And the guy, Cătălin Bucnaru, I think the name is.
I think I know the name. Okay.
Had
Some-
made
some-
that
some-
public. And I
right.
read all the advice and I made my pitching according to his pitching because he
Right.
had made that public. And we won our semifinals and then we went to Romania. I was
Nice.
like, Marinos, when we get there, I'm gonna find this guy and I'm gonna thank you. So he says a certain thing, saying, hi, I'm Vasiliki, you helped me, thank you. And listen to this improbable thing. That guy won first prize in the pitching area, in the pitching competition, and we won first prize in the People's Choice Award. What was the odds? What were the odds in that?
I mean, that just shows how people can influence each other without even necessarily knowing. So
Yes.
he put something public, you picked it up, you use it to make something great,
Yes.
and to get your game out there. And that's that's one of the great things about the indie scene, I think, especially with it depends on the genre, but for the most part, the indie scene, there's a lot of people who want to help each other. With advice, obviously. Like I don't know if you specifically talk to anyone about running the Kickstarter campaign, but I know quite a few people who've had Kickstarter campaigns that were successful, and they were like very open to say what worked, what didn't work. So that's that's something that you don't really get maybe in other areas. There's a lot of people helping each other out in the game scene.
Honestly, we talked with a few people that were very open. We didn't approach too many people because we didn't have so much time. But yes, we have experienced this nice thing about exchanging, and we also give most of the times if we do have time, because last week was terrible, but I always do share anything that I have for two reasons. First, because I feel that I have taken so much from other devs, and secondly, because I think that's the best optimization. I mean, or at least this is what I'm telling to other people. Don't keep your info for yourself, because first of all, these things will not last. I mean, people change positions in the industry. You can find too many people being in one place for many years. Okay. First of all, it will grow old, your info, and will not mean anything. And secondly, if you pass it to me and I pass it to someone else, we can optimize this info and find exactly how to use it. Keeping it to yourself will not make it better. It will make it worse most of the times, I think. And the thing is that we will go, even if we succeed, even if we don't succeed, doesn't matter, because
when you succeed, it's a
when
mindset. Like exactly, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's the thing.
You're right. Yeah.
Thank you, coach.
Well, it's I should really like I was thinking I should do like coaching for for everyone, because it's like it's a mindset. It's a mindset. If you believe in the project, and the thing is that you have to go to as many people as possible and tell them that, hey, we're making this, look at it, and if they see it, some percentage will like it and will support you, and already people have. I mean, that's the case with with me and everyone else who supported you so far. They just saw one image, or they saw one GIF, they saw one video, and the thing is to get as many people as possible to see your game. And especially when you talk about it, and when people see the passion and the investment that you're doing, then I think that's more likely for people to want to help. Because it's like when you see someone trying, you want to help them succeed in what they're trying. When you see someone who's lazy, you don't want to it's like whatever, leave him. But you're making this so this is the third year of development at this point of Go Heroes.
Yes, but honestly, Marinos was alone for about 9-10 months. I could not help him, so it's a third year. But one of the middle year, last year, I could not help him. He was alone. So yes, 3 years. Yes, 3 years.
So and he was doing all the So
yes,
Marinos, what were you doing those months that was scrapped after those months? Like, what changes did you make? And like, no, we're not gonna have this eventually. Did you have something like that? Come on, there must be something. Like, because being alone, it's like you go on your own, and usually when people go on their own, it's like, yeah, you could have some weird results.
I was working all day, and until late. I was sleeping and working, eating, yes. And after that, when Vasiliki was available, I was say to her, let's can you test what I have created?
Right.
And
well, she didn't like it a lot. Like no, yes. I don't like this. Okay.
She was like, I don't like this. But I spent 2 days on that
Right.
one.
Yeah.
And she's, I don't like it.
I don't
Mhm.
like it.
And I'm so mad at her when she does do this. And
The push-pull thing.
the push-pull thing, yes.
What was that?
We had a mechanic
Yeah.
that Prometheus could push and pull, grab and push and pull big objects.
Like a pillar.
And it
Mhm.
was like a core mechanic in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying for so long um, to fix this mechanic because it was slow and often people was frustrated and they couldn't solve the simple puzzle. It's not my fault at the end. It's gamer's fault.
It doesn't work like that, no. But it doesn't work like that.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
And finally, how did we change that?
So one night we are so frustrated and we are drinking a beer and I'm like, okay, let them carry it. They will take
Right.
it and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it works now.
She said, yes, let's make them just take it and go.
Live the yeah.
Wow, you found it after so many months. You solved this bad mechanic. We changed it, and it's so fun. It's I guess it's the most fun mechanic at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get stone and you just throw it on things, kill things, and solve puzzles past the music.
But the craziest thing after 10 months, it was that Marinos, I came back at the office and I said, now everything is over, I can go.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to write again, I had to write the text for a voiceover, and I had to do the environmental design, etc. And Marino said, very well, I will help you, I will have fun because the mechanics are over. And then
he was thinking that my job is done. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I started working and I started doing the environmental design, and I was destroying his levels, and I was like, can we do this and can we do that? Right. I was like, what are you doing? And I was, I'm not, why are you doing that? It doesn't go. I don't agree.
Actually, it was something similar. Vasiliki likes to immerse herself in the world and in the level, and she's creating so beautiful things like a small island in the sea with a tree or some kind of. And I'm always looking at them and. I want to go there, and we were at the end expanding the levels just to go to those beautiful places which we were making for decor, for beauty. Yes.
Yeah,
Beauty,
I mean, not everything has to be like a mechanic, you know, like not everything has to make sense and take the player from point A to point B. You could just have something because it looks good there. So yeah, I totally agree, because that's the artistic side. You're not just gonna make. I mean, if that was the case, like, you know, your ancestors would make like straight columns, but no, they took a lot of time to make like nice little shapes and to carve the freaking marble. And why? Because it's beautiful. That's why, and people like that. Although it's hard, it says something. It's pleasant to the eye. So it's the same thing with the levels, and I agree. Although obviously it's more work, that's for sure, a lot more work. But yeah, I like that. You just have to put stuff in. It's it makes the world seem more more alive, more it makes more sense, especially since there are not a lot of humans there. Which I'm gonna get back to that later. Tell me a little bit about. So it started with the game in the game jam. You're working on it now. It's full time. It's were you thinking of initially when you started? Were you thinking of telling a specific story, or did it evolve into let's use Prometheus for this, or we can use him, or what was the mindset there?
he was Prometheus from the start, and I have the concept of the entire game from the first weekend.
It was the theme of the game jam.
Prometheus.
I didn't like the theme because it's Prometheus, it's ancient Greek history, mythology, and here in Greece we are often
It's like we're not allowed.
we're enforced with this knowledge.
I wasn't enforced. I loved it.
It feels like it's too much, right? Like that's what, because yeah, it might seem like.
Marinos, not me.
And the theme of the game jam was Prometheus, and if you want to be a part of the jam, you have to create something for this theme. And Vasiliki, for start, she wanted to create Prometheus in space. She was trying to be more creative. And
I have to tell you this. Okay, so the problem is that we learn about ancient Greek mythology and our ancestors since we are almost born. Okay? Our names, as we talked before, are probably coming from that age, from that area. And also, our parents take us to the archaeological sites, and you are raised watching Acropolis every day. I mean, if I go on the roof of my building, that's why I'm pointing. It's that way, and I can walk to Acropolis in 20 minutes. I will be there. So we are raised in this, with these things. So it's for us, it's something very common. And when they say Prometheus, you will say, okay, let's not make it some ways. Let's make something different.
Try something new. Yeah.
Yes.
And hopefully, I said no Prometheus in space, or no, we will create the classic story. And Vasiliki created the story in those hours. And we follow that story. We are making it. We are trying to make it. The story is the same, but we are
enhancing it,
enriching.
Yeah, enriching.
With parts here and there.
So if you play the demo of those days, it's about 10 minutes tops. If you slow, I don't know what. Anyway, you will see exactly what we want to make. We go Heroes Prometheus. You start from the Mortal Land, and then you go to Hephaestus, and from there you move on to Poseidon. Marino says, but I'm not very sure. You need to go to Athena, and then steal the fire from Zeus. It's very specific because in my mind, Prometheus is a symbolism for humanity, for the human himself, ourselves, themselves. So about the he-they stuff, we need to be careful. I'm sorry if I don't want to insult anyone.
That's fine.
Anyway, so what I mean is that we begin in Heroes Prometheus, we begin from the mortals land, because first we need to be born, and according to our mythology, Prometheus made humans inside a volcano, the volcano in Limnos, not anymore, of course, but it was there someday, thousands of years ago.
It disappeared, exploded.
We have no idea. I mean, we have only a mountain.
We guess.
I mean, it was
It must have been there. So they said that he was created, were created inside that volcano with alien dirt, the blood of the lost titans, his brothers. He did that. He wanted his brothers to live and not be disappeared. And they made a statue. They burned the statue in the lava to be a hole, and then Athena breathed life in the statue. So we start from the mortals, and then the players will go to Hephaestus to create humans. But being a human, you cannot fear death. So then they will have to enter Hades and have them and win their immortality. We need to feel immortals. and have high expectations of our lives and our existence already. But being human and being immortal means you are very, very strong on earth, and so you need to be wise, and not destroyer, as we do. Anyway, so we take the gamer and put him in Athena and have from our mother in reality, because Athena gave life into our statue and made what we are today. I'm so sorry about this.
Who's knocking? Jesus!
We have some neighbors here, and I'm so sorry about that. Anyway,
It's fine.
so
You should hear the drilling around here. It's crazy. It's like every other
Yes, but-
week there's someone drilling around. So
Yes.
they
yeah.
are not stopping. They started not stopping. We are fighting them. Anyway, so you go to Athena and you see wisdom. And if you have Athena by your side, this is not stopping.
Just go. Go.
Just go.
Just screw them. You know, just focus. You know, it's fine.
So
People
then-
people are gonna focus on what you're saying, not on
Hope so. Anyway, and then we want to finish inside Zeus, because you have
Olympus, Zeus, yes.
yes Zeus.
Yes,
Why? Because you now know that you're a human. Doesn't fear death, because death is relevant. What you do now and the things that you provide for you and the others around you is what matters. You're wise. You're human. You have love inside yourself. You are someone worthy, and then you can defeat who? The God, the one that drives that you believe that drives your life. No, you can drive your life. And then you enter Zeus, you enter Olympus, and you take intelligence. Because you need to be smart how to use these so important and so dangerous, in fact, gifts.
So I like.
We knew about that from the beginning.
No, but see, the story is very important to you, obviously, and you really like it and you're passionate. Well, one thing that I was thinking about after playing the demos was like the narration, lovely. I don't know who's doing the narration, but lovely voice. It's like it's to the point. It's well written. In the game, though, it seems like there's not a lot of lore and interaction with the lore of the world. Like, for example, Prometheus doesn't really, well, he doesn't speak. He doesn't have conversations with anyone, right? You know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't necessarily mean that he has to have a conversation, but I feel like, you know, you find some scrolls, you know, in the demo version, and that gives you some context. But I think in terms of the lore and how you immerse yourself in the world, I think there could be more elements where you find information about, you know, the people there, or, you know, what the gods have done, what, you know, you have done so far, what you have to do. And it's like more, not necessarily more dialogue, but maybe more narration to, you know, go along with the story while you play, because it is a somewhat slow pacing, and I like that. And one of the things that I think could, you know, enhance everything is that more narration to tell you, you know, like, this island was, you know, this happened, and this is where, you know, this hero did that. So you get more immersed into the whole world. And again, it doesn't have to be through dialogue, but maybe that's, I don't know if that's something that you're thinking about. I know you're gonna have companions, so what I was wondering is, like, are you gonna have some sort of interaction with those companions when it comes to, you know, choices? Would you talk to them? Will they talk to you? Even if you don't say anything, you know, maybe Prometheus is like a silent protagonist. That's common in games, I guess. But will people talk to you? Will you find gods that talk to you throughout? You know, how are you going to approach that?
Okay, first of all, you're so right about the narration, and I realized that while watching you guys play, it was like, oh, I was afraid I'm gonna make them tired with the narration, and it was missing, and I felt that, and I want to enhance that and enrich that, and be more specific and not that poetic, so that you can understand exactly Hello,
Mm-hmm.
and you're right on that. And yes, we want to do more of that. About the
Actually, in 1 month, we have the demo out. We are watching everyone playing, and
Mm-hmm.
you as well. And we are improving and finding what is missing and strong points, and we try to enhance everything. And one of that points is the narration. We would like to be more like Bastion
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and to be more involved, like having your bard with you, and
Mm-hmm.
not like someone is reading text somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
So yes, you're right. I mean, we saw that we didn't have time to do
Mm-hmm.
that as well and make improvements in that. So we want to make interaction, but it will have to do. I mean, we need to take the Kickstarter's money to make more stuff and
Mm-hmm.
have more interaction with the companions. We want to do that, but I think we can achieve more immersion with the narrator, with Elena. We don't know that we hired her, and she
Yes,
has done
we-
an incredible work. I mean,
Work on hire it was, and she was great. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
she received the drive saying you're happy there, you're good, and she did it.
Mm-hmm.
One day.
And she came to us and we were, wow, what happened there?
No, but in terms of presentation, the in the demo, the narration I think works really great, especially at the beginning when you're first introduced to the world, and it's like you get the story relatively quick. You also you understand the game mechanics. You're presented the game mechanics, so that's one of the things that I think you've done great with changing the demo. It's a lot more streamlined, and you go through the demo and you find out the mechanics and how the game is played in a more natural way. So it previously it felt a bit more like sectioned off. It's like this section is for you learning this section is for learning that. But in the latest demo that you have, and it's available on Steam, it's available on itch.io, it's available on GameJolt. You can see the links in the description below if you want to get it. It's available for free. Everything is a lot more smooth. You go right in, you're being told the story, and you learn how to control the character, and then you learn how to fight, and it's all a lot more smooth, and you're not even realizing that you're doing kind of a tutorial phase. It's like, no, this is just you entering the world and doing things in the world, but at the same time you're also learning. So I really think you've done a great job in a pretty short amount of time to improve on how the game starts, or how the game starts, or the player is introduced to the game. So that was really good, I think.
But please promise that you will be there doing playlistings through the next month, because I like the way that you see the game, and I really trust the way you talk about it. So please promise us that.
I mean, I'm always available. Like, I keep waiting for someone to say two things: either someone to ask me to narrate something, well, like to do a voiceover for something. I'm not the greatest at voices, but I can do maybe one voice, like like one small character somewhere in the game. Like, I don't want to be paid or anything like that. It's just cool. Or for paid. Yeah, I'll be like, you can make me I don't know, like, what's the worst creature in Greek mythology? Like a nasty creature. I'll be that. I would voice a nasty creature. But I don't know. You know what I could do? I could bark. I could be Cerberus. I could like growl as Cerberus, maybe, if that's gonna be available. I could do a little bit of growling. It's not.
That's an idea. I would
Yes,
think.
we actually now are trying to implement a more mythological creature, because we started we wanted the game to be Go Heroes to be more accurate, mythologically accurate, and we are starting to implement. We are not changing this, but we are trying to make it more fun.
So the scrolls are accurate, because people are not sure about that. What you read in the scrolls come directly from historical and mythological books.
Oh.
Okay, what you read, it's happened, or it's been written. So okay, but we do not have a myth about the Fatal Five. So I'm thinking of making it a bit more gamier and more epic and legendarious, and use every mythological creature we can use during the gameplay. Because we hit on this rock that says this is not accurate. You cannot bring that creature here because it has died, or it's born later, or you cannot kill this one. No, we need you to move on.
Well, you know, it's a balancing act, because you have the story, right, and you want to be faithful to the story, but at the same time, this is your creation. I mean, the story of Prometheus has been told. It's done. You know, that's not the point. Go Heroes Prometheus, it's your creation. So you can insert. The thing is, the only thing that's, you know, I would say more difficult is just for things to make sense. If things make sense and you make them make sense within the game world, then it's fine. You could add, I don't know, kaijus. You could add Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like, it's if you make it have sense in the world, then, you know, you can add pretty much anything. You know, like a cyberpunk, you know, Ares. You know, the point is that you can play around with a lot of stuff, and it seems like you're trying to be more like accurate, but that can also be very limiting. You know, because it's. The story is how it is. That doesn't necessarily work with the game, and you have to also make a game. That's the whole. The story is great. You also have to make it a game, yeah.
And we need to be able to bring more in the game. I mean, we have more stuff to bring, and we hold back. And I don't want to hold back anymore. And I see that people do not want me to hold back, and I'm not making a serious game, I'm making a fun game.
Why so many scorpions and crabs? And we want minotaurs and you know, something extreme. So I guess we will try to give it to the gamers.
Well, you can balance it, because everyone can ask for anything, but it's like, no, we're not gonna have, you know, the Nemean lion and the centaur and the minotaur and Medusa. No, we're not gonna have all of these. We're gonna have like these four. You know, like, it's not gonna be everything in Greek mythology, because you can't put Greek mythology in one game. That's absurd, and no one should ask you of that. And, you know, something that I'm assuming is that you have a lot of ideas when it comes to multiple games in the series. So
yes, we do.
Like,
we do.
So you would obviously save stuff for later.
Yes. I have. Please.
I guess we wanted to make the Go Heroes a big game for about 5 or 6 hours, but this is a huge budget for 2 people also.
Yeah.
And so I guess
it has to do with the funding also.
Yes, it is.
The funding will play the biggest role on how it will continue. But we have made about an hour of game. We see just a scratch of what we have done.
And after that, we will go on Steam, and we'll see how it will roll. And if we have acceptance, if gamers
accept the game and like the game and give us money.
Thank you, and give us money. We will expand and add more heroes or more levels. We will set them.
Because we have so many heroes, and the point is that it's also our inspiration came from a myth. It's this guy. His name is Isildur. First of all, we need to know that Greeks cannot pronounce Greek words in Latin accent.
Right.
We don't know how it's spelled.
I think it's vice versa too, so it's fine.
Isildur, I think Isildur, he wrote Theodoria, etc.
I don't know.
Yes. Genesis, I think it's called.
Genesis?
Anyway, he's the guy that wrote the genealogical roots of every god in Greek mythology. We call him the grandfather of our. We call him grandfather Isildur. He was the first to ever write everything. Anyway, so he said that the first humans were the golden humans. They were immortal, like gods themselves, but they could not control their immortality, and they had to be destroyed, and then others followed. So there are 5 different generations of humans. We are the iron humans, the worst humans ever. And one before us, they were the heroes.
It is the gold generation, silver generation, bronze, heroes,
and then
now
us.
the iron generation.
So he's not writing very good things about that.
I mean, why? I mean, iron is really good. Why would that be the worst? Anyway.
They die easily. They live long. They get sick. They destroy Earth. And he was thinking like
Nah. See,
Anyway.
that's they don't destroy, they transform it. Sometimes you have to destroy something in order to transform it into something.
I guess,
And sometimes you detonate an atomic bomb. Whoops. It happens.
Let's see what can happen.
If we philosophize, we are now the silicon generation. We have moved on from the iron.
We've strayed far from it.
Yes. So the heroes, the name of the game would be Ite Heroes, Go Heroes, which in Greek is let's go, but the translation is Go Heroes, and we found out that it sounds like a mobile game. We were like, oops.
We are trying so hard to not look like a mobile game, and the name is it sounds like mobile game, and we may change that in the future.
We will talk with you all of you guys about that. Anyway, so we wanted to make a series about the champions, heroes, the champions of humanity, those who were mortals and came from them and did improbable tasks for the good of humanity and Earth in general. We would even think about improvising and working on different mythologies. In my opinion, mythology is the peace bringer of Earth, of humanity. Because if you see, we all have the same myths, but we have different names.
Right? Yeah.
Someone brings the fire, and someone is a Zeus, or it's the same thing. We have the same problems, and we survive the same things. It's the actual fact that we are all more or less one human. It all started by the first one. And we're the same. He coming from that one guy. So we wanted to import in the game more games about different heroes like Theseus and women, perhaps. We have found there are not so many, but we have found that they have done very great things, and we lived quite a few adventures. So yes, this is what we wanted to do, but again, it has to do with the family.
So you mean Xena?
I don't think she counts. I don't think she counts. See, that's the thing. It's such a, especially with these old writings and all. It's such a different thing. It's like, and I'm sure people will screech, and it's like females, women had a very important part in every single thing in every single mythology. So it's not like they were ignored. Only men were stupid enough to go fight lions, to go, to go into a freaking, a maze, to be killed by a half bull, half human monster. It's like, no, the men were the stupid ones who were doing the crazy stuff. It's like, chillax. It's just a different thing. They were doing different things. It's crazy. It's like who wants to be Achilles? He's nuts.
There's a discussion in the writing that Clytemnestra says to her husband, "Why are you going to Troy? What's wrong in your head?
Exactly.
Stay.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? Okay, Eleni has left. Okay, are you crazy? All those Greeks here going there For what? We have money.
Right.
We are so strong. You are leaving. Greece will be defenseless. What are you thinking? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, we're just different sides of the. Yeah, well.
This is like
Adventure.
stupid.
Well,
So
it
when he
is the call of
returns-
adventure. Yeah.
Yes, but then when he returns, she kills him.
Mhm.
He says, I told you,
Yeah.
you shouldn't leave. Now I have a new husband. And you
Yeah.
killed my daughter. Yes. Now you have to die. You cannot be here. It's like,
Yeah, this reminds me of there's this like I don't know if you know, there's a comic, he's not as much anymore, Owen Benjamin, and he had this like that bit where like they were like prehistoric people, and they were like a man and a woman, and they were having a child, and you know the woman was hungry, and you know the first man was like, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get the berries right outside the cave. And she didn't say anything. He got the berries, you know, poisoned them, and they died. And then, you know, another couple, like the man went out and I'm gonna kill the mammoth. And he goes and he gets killed by the mammoth because he just wasn't alone. And he dies. And then there was another couple, same thing, and you know, and he's okay, we need to get food. Okay, go get food. And the man was like, I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna go get the berries. And the woman was like, no, those are poisons, don't get those. Okay, oh, okay, I'm gonna go and kill the mammoth. Like, no, it's a big animal, you're gonna get killed, you don't do that. And the point is that the woman saying that those logical things to the man made it so they survived and their child survived. So it's a balancing act. Like, you know, the men are the crazy ones, and the women will like rail them back a little bit and like, no, you should just chillax a little bit, do this, be smart about it, think more about it, and do. So it's yeah, it's a different thing, but yeah, it's you know, people just look at it like, oh, only men were like heroes. Like, no, only men were having that call of adventure that was insane. You know, like they went to the seas and like most of them died, you know, like, or they went to war and most of them died. So it's like, that's not a cool thing. You can go to war and die. Does that make you a hero? Yeah, maybe, but you're still dead, you know? The point is to make something great and still be alive to tell about it, you know? It's like, you have to be smart about it.
true. That's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
so true. Homer says that bravery, you're not brave being, you're brave when you know that there's danger and you go there with cautious. You know that
Right.
you might die. And you're brave because you're entering a place that you might die. If you're entering that place, war with not understanding that you will die, you're stupid. You're not brave.
Right.
And it was Homer said that, not me. I mean,
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Don't Leroy Jenkins in the back.
So let's rail back a little bit and talk like, let's say the mechanics, and especially the heroes mechanics. So in Go Heroes Prometheus, is Prometheus going to be the only character that you're going to control in addition to the human companions, and how is that going to work? Like, will you be able to summon the companions at any time? Are they going to be available in specific areas for specific things, and then they'll just disappear and you'll be on your own? And how is that going to work?
So, for everything you asked, we have the mechanics and the level. Okay, we have the human companion. You can control him, and you can. You're controlling your companion, and he can do things for you and solving puzzles, because there are puzzles for two characters. Also, there is like fox companion. You will not the pet companions. You will not control them exactly. You can command them to do or attack on go away from you, and we will have the skill of summoning companion. It will work like the fox, and you will be able to summon at any time your pet.
during fight. So I can help you.
Yes, please.
So-
It's complicated.
So we have human companions that you can fully control, and it has logic because you're human and they're human, so you can talk to them. So they can help you be your second hand. You can solve puzzles together. You interact with them in that way at the moment, and then you leave them behind because it's a mission. And then you remain alone because it is a lonely journey, a lonely adventure. But on the other hand, you will encounter this type of companions a lot. We also have plans that we want to do and switch the character. So we want to make. So you see, in the demo, you can see there's a temple. There, it's a big spoiler, but okay, I'm gonna do it. You will find someone.
A boss, maybe someone you have to kill, someone big wants to kill you.
And I,
After that, you will meet.
you will meet a companion.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then
We have a big huge boss there. Boss battle.
yes. So this type of companion is a huge thing for us because I wanted that thing to be so badly because it feels like a movie in my mind sometimes. So I want Prometheus to stay out, and then you control, like Prometheus, the companion, and you solve a puzzle with different skills because you're not Prometheus anymore. We have worked on that. We still do have work to do on that, but we want to challenge you thinking differently in different ways and experiencing the game in different ways also. So you're a Prometheus now, and then you're someone else. This is also something we want to do. Marinos is struggling with that idea, and we are talking about that, but it will happen.
It will happen. Yes, we want to almost every step to be a challenge, but not something hard. We just want from the gamers to be creative, and we are giving so many tools and mechanics, and we have created so many mechanics, and there is no one way to solve a puzzle.
As you have seen yourself, perhaps, I mean, you can go walking, you can jump on the water, and you can fly over, and very soon you will be able to jump on Iris. The rainbow that you see in the beginning, we have this is not only for the beginning, you will be able to use it and go through the levels and all that stuff. So the companion will work this way, as Martin said, just a mission that you will complete either with an animal or with a creature, perhaps. We have this also, a creature or with a human companion. Maybe it doesn't matter if you complete the mission, if you summon them, and also you encounter them and you become them.
So, yeah. So apart from that specific area where you said that you're going to take control over you're going to take control over someone else, will you be able to finish the game, just go through the whole of it without summoning or having control over a companion, or not using a companion at all, or will there be spots where you definitely need to use a companion in order to move forward? Is that the thing? Is that the case?
There is a part that we definitely have to use
Your companion.
Your companion.
Your human companion.
It's one level further from what
there will be. You will need to work with a companion to complete a main mission, and you will be able to have a companion that you would not have to complete a side mission. Let's say with the fox, you need to take her in a place and receive a scroll. You will not find it another way. This is also a spoiler. It's a spoiler, but we will do many.
It's not a major spoiler. It's not like because we've seen the fox, and we.
Okay, you've seen the fox. That you have to take her in a particular place, and she will give you then and only then a scroll. But this will not affect your gameplay. You will be able to finish the game even if you don't take a fox wherever you want, even if she dies, even if you don't manage to save her, but there are puzzles with a human companion that you will really need them to complete the game.
There will be levels that you will need to use your companion, and there are levels that you don't need to use your pet or companion.
And this part,
yeah. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I wanted to say that we were inspired by this game, Brothers Story. I interrupted you and I forgot the game.
No, Brothers: A Tale, Two Sons, something like that. So
Yes. This is where we took inspiration for that. That's it.
So when you're gonna need a human companion, will that require you to do something like to convince them to join you? Is that kind of like a side mission, or will they'll just join you and you'll do whatever? Or do you have to do something for them in order for them? Oh, both, okay.
Both. For example, in the myth of Hecate, when you meet her in the underworld, you will need to have something with you, and you will need to acquire it so that she can believe that a mortal has entered there and that you are the Titan and help you.
Okay, so that it's not going to be automatically that they just join you and whatever. You actually have to convince them, kind of like an RPG.
No, it won't be like that. I hope that all these things that are so deep, it's for good and people will like them.
Well, I think it's also about I mean, you have the demo out, so that's one great example where people can see a lot of this stuff. Because when they see it live, when they see it happening, I think they'll understand it even better. Because you can explain something, but it's always going to be better when they can experience it, when they can, get the companion, control them. Oh, speaking of which, with a human companion, you mentioned that, it could be, AI controlled or player controlled. Would the player control, maybe assume that there could be two players, like two human players, one controlling Prometheus and another the human companion, or is it just going to be like single player, just you controlling everything?
Unfortunately, we search for how it can work for two players, but it's very difficult because at the end a turn-based mechanic, and it's just not working.
Because it
is action turn-based, and you have to move both at the same time. I'm not sure how.
It's very contradicting.
We can create some kind of mechanic that every.
If we remove the turn-based part, we could do that. We could make epic things, but we're not sure about if you guys will miss the action turn-based part.
I mean, I think that sets your game apart a lot. So I wouldn't that's a major thing about Go Heroes, the fact that it's turn-based and tile and turn-based. So I wouldn't scrap that just because to have two humans, because technically you could still coordinate, but yeah, it would be a lot more difficult in the turn-based, because the people controlling Prometheus to be like, okay, I'm gonna go there, and then the other one is gonna be forced to do something. It's like, wait, no, I wanted to go left, not right. You don't press the button yet, like stuff like that. So yeah, it could be confusing.
Perhaps we find a way. We work very hard and we work very fast in the games. In the promo, not that fast, but when we make the game, we are very fast, and if there's something, we will find it. If we don't find it, there is no solution.
I think that we have hit.
We've reached a point that we've done anything that could be done in these using these mechanics. I mean, we've done. We see people that are confused. They listen when they play with the keyboard, and we listen doing.
When are you spamming your attack button? You just need to press one. People are coming from action games, from God of War game, and they think that Go Heroes is God of War.
It does look like it does look like a third-person action game. Like if you just saw one screenshot and kind of ignored the tiles and or you didn't see them necessarily, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is a third-person game and I can move freely wherever I want. And so yeah, I could see how that could be initially confusing, but
when they start dying from scorpions and crabs, they're
Right.
just all closing the game, and this hurt me.
Yes, deeply hurt in our heart.
I wanted Go Heroes to be for everyone, but people are not understanding. A few people are not getting it, how it
So,
works.
but it was not exactly. I mean, what I was saying is that mixing the action and the turn-based thing, we have expanded it and exploited it and experimented. I think that's it. It's the thing. It can go up to here. I think we do have a point where it's something like it's crazy, where you do have Prometheus, and Prometheus has a summoner and a companion pet, and there's the companion human with their companion pet, and there's full of enemies, and it's so funny because I'm not sure who is next. So it's kind of funny, and it's the heart beats a lot, but it's you're not sure who's gonna move where. I died. Why? So yeah, okay, please.
No, so something I think like because in the turn-based mechanic does offer advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantage I think you touched upon, it makes it accessible to a lot more people. The fact that you can you don't have to be super fast and mash buttons and whatever. It doesn't have to be Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls is difficult. It's not for everyone, and that's fine. You could say Go Heroes is not for everyone. That's fine. But the way the hero moves and how the gameplay goes on, it's more approachable by more people because they can slow down and think about their movement, and they don't have to be super fast. They don't have to have super fast reflexes. They don't have to have a lot of experience with games, like with action games and whatever, and they can still play Go Heroes and have fun and win. That's the point. So they wouldn't be frustrated because of that. So that's one good thing, I think. On the other side, technically another good thing, with turn-based, are you considering maybe having something like a undo mechanic? Because that can be something that's really hurtful when you miss, for whatever reason, you miss the turn. You make a move that you didn't want to make in that turn. And maybe in a turn-based game, you can, go back at just one in order to kind of have an undo if you mess one turn up. Are you thinking of something like? Because I've messed up multiple times because my controller has the thumbstick kind of goes. It's an old controller, and I went 2 tiles when I just wanted to go 1. So technically, I messed up 1 turn, and it would have been nice, for example, not necessarily, it doesn't mean that you have to implement it, but were you thinking of maybe adding an undo button? So you just go back 1 turn in order, because you made a mistake.
Okay, I'm not answering exactly, but maybe there is a skill that you will acquire not very far from where you are.
Oh, okay.
That can help you with that. But you need to learn how to play first, because if we give you more things at the beginning, I mean, I see you guys, you have a bow, you don't use the bow. I give you punch whistle, you don't use it. I give you the spirit, you don't use it. You die. And I'm like, why do you, I'm giving you so, I give you money, lots of money to buy these things. And then they break the seed to buy a seed. Okay, die.
Right.
Die.
You deserve to die.
We give you more. Anyway, okay, we are joking.
Right. Yeah.
Greeks, we have a very salty sense of humor. Anyway, so what is that we give it to you now?
We can implement.
And we will.
One move.
And it's a good idea, and perhaps we should have done that before.
I'm not sure.
No, but if you get an artifact that does that, that
We
would
do
be something
have-
like, yeah, why not? And you know what? If you have the option and you don't take the option to have that undo ability, let's say, then you know what? It's on you. You make the mistake. It's on the player. It's not on you because you gave the player the choice to get that artifact and use it. So if that's the case, then that it's more than enough for me, I think. Because I sometimes I mess things up. But if I have an artifact and an ability to, correct that mistake, then if I don't take that opportunity, that it's all my fault. It's not your fault because you're already offering me this.
We will have this
Later
later on.
Go Heroes, it's not about a perfect run. It's about experimentation.
Experimentation.
And it meant to be a little bit all over the place, and
We wanted to break up the turn-based would be you have these tiles, you play there, and if you screw, you screw. So we gave you a bigger play, we gave you an open world, let's say, and you can make as many mistakes as you want. You can, because everyone stops. So go back, for example, I love it when you went to the second time you played the game, you went to the nymph and you were like, okay, I'm gonna shop here.
swap. I'm gonna swap.
I mean, yeah. Why not?
And then it didn't work like that. But you experiment, and I was like, okay, now Marino, he's having fun. He started experimenting, and this is what Heroes is. But I agree on that speed, and we have that for later on. We think that people, perhaps it should be outside in the beginning. Perhaps if they knew they could do undo, they would. It would be at least fun for us to watch.
I'm afraid that it will be boring. This is my concern because at the beginning we, in the place of the bow, we had the pants flute, the fear mechanic, and it was so boring because it was so easy to walk in the game, and people were not learning, not thinking.
Yeah.
They were not learning the mechanics. They're just pressing fear, and maybe if we add this skill in the beginning, they will not learn the mechanic, or they will be better.
Let's make it something that they will spend, not keeping it. Like we did now with the spear. Okay,
Yes.
we're designing right now. And that's a good idea. And let's bring it earlier, but it would not be a skill that we keep forever. Not recharge and go on, but 2 moves and then it's gone. Okay, we'll
So
see about that. Good idea.
when it comes to the artifacts that you can pick up, like the spear, for example, and the bow, and like, would you envision a scenario where the player could have, like all 4 slots with 4 different weapons, and that's something that they can use and combine during battle? Will they be required to do something like that, or is the player going to be like, would have to balance out, get a shield, get a helmet, so they have more health while also having, a more powerful weapon? Or are you thinking, you know what, if you want to get all weapons, all 4 slots, go ahead and you can finish the game like that, just gung ho, kill everything as fast as possible? Did anyone do that?
We have thought about everything, almost everything, and yes. It's like an RPG system with 4 slots. There are few slots. Yes, few people have asked for more, but there is no need for more because you have to make a hard choice. What you will have 1 bow or 2 bows, or what kind of gameplay you like. Maybe if you get a bow and a head later, you have to choose between skills. You can become a hunter, or if you get the cycle, then the dash mechanic with another hard double hit. I'm not sure what we have. You will become a barbarian. and you can combine and create your play style with few items. If you want, you can use only shields and or armor, and again fitting the game. It will be your build.
I'm fighting for this. Just a minute.
Yeah.
I am only fighting for the ability to keep the chest. I don't want with this white thing. I don't feel well. I need to wear something.
Yeah.
I need him to wear something.
To be dressed, yes, it's a little bit punishing because if you are full with items with skills,
But if you die,
you are just wearing a white robe, and you become a god. You don't need armor to protect you because you have mind. So I guess if you are using only skills, you are not afraid of dying. And we are trying to implement this feeling to be fearless at the end.
No, you are trying. I want you to wear the chest.
Mostly you want the cosmetic part.
I mean,
where am I going with this seagull? Where is he going?
You have to keep always one slot open for a chest. There.
Yes, but we are two there, so we can discuss about that.
You have to leave a skill behind you. You have to.
Yeah, you have to choose. You always have to choose. You can't have everything. Yeah, like you can't have like one bow, one spear, one sickle, helmet and chest piece, and because I mean, sure, you're a god, but it's like mechanically it just serves better to have fewer choices, fewer options, fewer ability to carry things, not fewer options.
I have to add one last thing on the inventory system. I am an action RPG player. I love Diablo 2, and MMOs. And when I'm playing, I have so many items that I am not using, items and skills and things. And I'm using 4, 5, 6. And for me, Go Heroes, I want to be the core feeling of an RPG. Not, I don't want to make you a spreadsheet. Basically, believes that action RPGs are spreadsheets.
Well, they are to some extent. Yeah, they are to some extent because they have so many stats and they go. Yeah, I mean it's baseball. Yes, it's a lot of numbers. Yes, it is.
I love Bastion, and I was playing it. I was like, I don't know. What should I do here? What should I think?
Here is a store you open. You are implementing stats, and Vasiliki was no.
I'm not gonna do that. I want to play. Because it's like reading again. I'm trying, but I don't want to try. I want to have fun.
So in this kind of like RPG mindset, are you thinking of maybe giving some, let's say, bonuses if you use if you combine specific items in your inventory? So for example, if you have like a helmet, a shield, and a chest piece, like all 3 pieces of armor that are possible in the game, then you would get, I don't know, 1 extra heart, like a boost, like like an extra something because you have that combination. Or for example, if you have like a bow and I don't know, maybe the spear, because that's also a range weapon to some extent, and then I don't know, like if you have like 2 specific weapons, you get a bonus for both of them if you use them, or something like that, because it's that's kind of like an RPG thing a little bit. You combine certain things and you get a boost because of that, without actually modifying the game and the stats, so you're not becoming super powerful or super fast or whatever, or you don't have super high damage.
Yes,
we do. We've seen the link, and the software that we implemented now, we wanted to use that software to give you later on the ability to combine things and make
or
upgrade and combine and /upgrade them. We have these things in mind, and we have made some of that
Yes,
to see if it
I
works.
want to be.
We have many experiments.
I want to be a fire beam. I'm not sure if there is a fire beam, and it's like going to. Okay. Anyway, we see people players that they want to have the three set pieces together to wear everything right, and we have thought many times to give them some kind of bonuses about this. And I see people that want not they don't like to wear the head because they want to see the hero's face. And and there is so different type of players and.
So yes,
And you know what? You want to see the head? Okay, you're not gonna get the bonus. Whatever, it's your choice. Whatever you want to see a nice Greek face, then okay, you're not gonna get the extra heart. It's fine. It's your choice. What do you want? Yeah.
We wanted to give you to make you feel that you need to choose, and we wanted to make the us that there will be a point that you will have to lose one of your skills because you need that extra slot, and that you will have to make a painful choice. We wanted to make that the game. In the beginning, the previous version, the first version, you had to choose between the bow and the cycle.
Right. Yeah.
And everyone selected the bow.
The bow.
Yes. No one put the cool.
If you know how it works while changing, and they
It's just more familiar. Yeah.
One player took the cycle and he was starting to dance and he said, "Wow, I have to take the bow." We was like watching his video and he was in front of the three items trying to select, and we said he will take the bow, and he took the cycle, and we was celebrating. Yeah!
And then
Finally, someone chose. Yeah. Out of 100 players, someone took it. Yeah.
Yes.
This was one nice moment, a great moment watching you play. That was a very nice thing to see. And also the other thing is when we realized that no one could understand how the game works, and we were breaking stuff in the beginning. And there was this guy.
There was a play. I've implemented video tutorials.
This is why we did that.
I said it was okay. They are not. No one is reading. At the beginning, it was.
That was normal. I was saying I'm not reading. And there's this guy. I love that guy. I watch his video when I'm down, and I thank him for that. So he's breaking everything. He's going through the game wearing nothing, no shade, nothing. He's breaking everything. He doesn't listen. He doesn't read. And then in front of him pops a message about breaking stuff. And he says, "I know how to break. Why do you do this?" I love this guy. I wish I knew him.
The first was how to collect. He broke it. How to swap. He broke it. Then how to break. I know how to break.
Exactly.
The only thing
he was like a Rambo, and he was
he just did.
He made it far, but to the village at least.
Well, there's some people who just don't read the instructions. Usually people don't read the instructions, but at least for the game.
I created video.
Yes, but it's not like games are not to read or watch videos. It's free. I hope we made that at this point at least. Well, we are close to make.
But after that, people they're not watching the tutorials, and they are dying. And after that, they're closing the game. And
right.
So we have to make it better, and they have to understand, and it's not their fault.
Well, you also have to look at things like you're not gonna get everyone. So if someone I think every game developer should know this. If you're making something, people are gonna play the way they are, the way they're gonna play. They're not gonna play the way you're gonna want them to play. That's the point, because no one is thinking like you. Everyone else is different. So developers shouldn't get mad of players trying weird things or not doing things. It's just like some people are just not gonna click with your game. That's it.
Exactly.
And you don't have to change too many things in order to attract them, because they're not gonna, like if someone rushes through the game or wants to rush and has a problem with the turn-based aspect, that person is like, okay, this game is not for you. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's not. So you don't have to change too many things in order to. But yeah, with the tutorial at least, I like that. Okay, sure, you don't. But the videos are small. I didn't think that they were intrusive or anything like that. It's like, oh, you just break it, like, because I had an issue initially with the first demo. When I don't remember what happened, but I broke a thing, or I wasn't able to break a thing or something like that. So those videos and that tutorial in the latest version of the demo made more sense, and it was easier to follow and to understand every mechanic. So I think you've done a lot, a great job, especially with the latest demo. So I wouldn't go, like, you don't have to save everyone. It's they don't like it. If someone wants to break everything, then okay, congratulations. Maybe Go Hero is not for you.
Okay, I break things. I like that. I understand. We're mining, and we shouldn't do it because this is something to promote the game. It's things that we are thinking, and we're trying to see how to make it better in the way it is.
The problem is, I'm
sorry,
sorry.
and make it. That's it. That's the thing, and we have to make so many decisions, and we hope that we have you guys, you also, in particular, and all the people that have learned about the game and they like the game, and we will have you with us now, and you will give us a piece of your mind, because we make stupidities. I mean, we're just the people going through the same people all the time.
This is not our problem. The problem is that we are making something new. We don't have
That's true.
to see and copy something and make it similar. I don't know why we were so brave and bold to do this thing, but we're not brave. We're stupid.
We didn't know what to do.
No, I mean,
at the end, we don't have instructions of how to make it right.
Yeah, what works and what doesn't work.
And we're watching you playing, all of you, because many people are playing it, and learning and trying to fix. In the next update, we are watching again how it works and how they're responding. And it's so slow process, and just it's slow process.
But we'll make it happen.
We will finish it. Yes. Even the campaign will not be successful.
It will not happen when the campaign is successful.
You always have to have that mindset, and always present that mindset. No, we're gonna, when every single presidential candidate, even if they stand no chance, they say like, when I'm gonna be president. That's a thing, that's psychology. You have to project that confidence that yes, we have this, we're gonna make this, and you're gonna help us make it, and we're gonna make it together. That's the whole thing. So yes, it's you have 25 days. You have plenty of days to reach the goal. That's not the point. When
we are over 4,000. We are at, yes, 4,055.
Yeah, over a quarter with more than 3 weeks to go. I think it's very doable.
Okay. I think that we will do it, and I think that we will go live from Acropolis, as I promised you in the beginning. I want to do that because it's been quite a while since we've been there, because I'm saying that last year, before everything goes crazy, I just realized that we passed over 4,000. What does that mean?
Sorry,
that's over a quarter.
I'm in a shock. Yes.
Someone. Okay, who was that person? Thank you.
It's focus. Okay, you can say like, hey, great, that's great, but like focus. Don't tweet at the same time. It's like, okay, you can tweet actually if you wanna tweet, that's fine.
Okay. Well, no, we will not. We will continue. So we live very close to Acropolis. We live in the center of Athens, and in our I write it in our website, I say that it's reinforced in the dungeon of Athens. And when you come in Athens, you will see that we have dungeons in here. It's not, it's a very strange city to be in. Anyway, so it's very close, and we would go at least 2 times per month and walk around to the place. And while we were reading and making research for the game, we went there and we took inspiration. For example, the way the demo is built is based on the way the Acropolis and the temple of Hephaestus and ancient Agora is built. Because you can see every place from wherever you stand. And there are also many hidden places that are in plain sight and no one knows about them. And this is how we made the exploring them. That was my inspiration. Okay, so people don't know, but the Acropolis does not have only the Parthenon, but many smaller temples. There's a temple. There was a temple for Aphrodite up there. So that's there.
So what's left of it? That's because that's the thing. Like what's because the Pantheon is like. Yeah.
Because the Christians destroyed.
Were they bombed? Like was that the problem? Or did they crumble like before World War II or something? Because I'm guessing
the Christians.
Oh, okay.
Wherever you see an ancient temple, you will see a church next door or above it in Greece. It's crazy. The thing with the temple of Aphrodite is it's not what's left, but what's brought. Meaning that you can still see tourists going and leaving something there for the goddess. So we have a very nice summer in Greece.
Yes, there are still believers.
And they leave stuff for the goddess. And we met this guy there who's working, and he says, look what they're leaving to the goddess. Letters, some money, etc.
Really? Why would they like? What's the goddess gonna do with money? It's like, here's €5. You're like, okay, so
coins,
like,
it's more coins.
No, I get it. No, but it's such a like a modern thing, because like bringing an offering, it makes sense, but cash is not exactly an offering that would mean like I don't like bring a branch or like have to sacrifice an animal, I guess, but something like some fruits, something that's an actual offering for a god. But money, it's like
money. And one more thing that I'm not sure that we can tell in your show, that we use in the modern days to protect ourselves. They also leave these things there too.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I mean, why would you?
No one understands. The guy was saying, look, that was why.
You know what? I mean, it's funny, but yeah, okay, that's good. But even not use, like, isn't that a bit disrespectful? It's like people were coming here to pray, and they actually believed that the goddess would help them in their troubles, and you're making, I mean, it's not a mockery per se, but it's such a petty thing. It's like, come on, do you think
for the new couples to be blessed.
I mean, I get because it's Aphrodite, but it's like if you want to make it something nice, romantic, I don't know, take go as a couple there and kiss next to the the remains of the temple. Yeah. Condoms, Jesus Christ.
Okay, we are allowed to say that.
No, it's fine. You can say all it's just
I would like to take you guys there through the camera. I won't be able to say anything because the sun will not the sun is so bright in Athens, but I want to do that. Hopefully it will happen. And show you how we are making the game, because we are really into this, and we know that we have a lot of things to change and upgrade and things to make it better, but we will make it happen. And we will listen to you. We want this to be a very good game that you will enjoy. We are losing our we forget where we started.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself and I need to go really quick. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Right. So we can continue. This is okay. So much and this is my channel.
I am Marino.
Okay, and we are making this game, and there are people like Effie there. I was seeing that she was writing. Please ask something, please.
Okay,
No one is here.
Effie, Kafka.
One is here. Only one, please. Someone. Is it me? I'm just joking. Oh, let's read. Let's read the chat. I finished my shift. I need something a lot stronger than the coffee. Honestly, sometimes even frappe. I want that frappe this guy is drinking. Okay, figures. Okay, Adjura for you. Yes, we do a lot of work and drink a lot of coffee all day, and that's true also. So, do you want to take our what should we share while Christian is not around?
I guess we can talk about our plans now that we are the 33% coming.
Sorry. That was an emergency. Some weird things have happened. Oh, sorry.
We have no sound.
Okay, now I'm back. Sorry, some weird things happened here, and like Rhea came here. Sorry,
Hello, Rhea.
I apologize.
Yes,
Yeah,
Rhea.
she's Rhea. She's my fox terrier, and she's obviously named after a titan, mother of Zeus and everything.
She looks like a little titan. Oh my God,
She's a terrier, so she's gonna be sorry. I apologize. Usually I don't have her here, but
Don't worry.
the people who are taking care of her can't take care of her right now, so she's gonna have to be here a little while. But she's gonna be good and fine. I apologize. This was not in plan at all. It's a weird day. Let's while I pet Rhea, and everyone sees how adorable she is and cute.
Yes.
One of the things that's obviously a major thing with Greek mythology, obviously it's the gods. What presence will they have in Go Heroes Prometheus? Will you I guess maybe you won't fight them, but will they help? Will they hinder you? Will they put obstacles? Like, what's going to be their role in Go Heroes Prometheus?
So they will have a role. You get to define also not only the bigger gods, which is we want to encounter Zeus, but it's a big thing to think. We don't believe in the 12 gods, but at the same time, Zeus is a very big thing to us. It's a complicated thing. Okay, we even today in an everyday talk use his name. We would say, "Come on, Via, come on." We would say.
We also swear with
Yes,
sometimes.
We use, I mean, he is still in our everyday talk. I'm gonna hate that kid. Anyway. So don't worry, we love her. It's a great addition.
Sorry,
So,
she has to be here now.
if I were in my village, I would have my cat, so you did very well. You should exploit here in your channel. Anyway, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly. I should. Actually, you know what? If you go to cryptichybrid.locals.com and you become a subscriber, I do have behind the scenes content, including pictures of her. More pictures of her. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
That's very easy to become a sub.
Okay.
Yes, become a sub. So
Okay, so the gods.
we do have the intention to include encounters with gods and fights, tactical fights. We still need to see how we will do it with the bigger gods, but yes, some of the gods are your companions even. A cat
Really?
is a god. of the underworld. She was daughter of Zeus and Hera, and she was banished in the underworld for being stupid in a way. And she's a god, and also has a big
Cat. What cat?
not cat, like a lion, leopard thing. And this is a it's a very nice thing. But it will be very exciting there. But a cat is a god. There were smaller and bigger gods. So you will have companions. You will have to fight them. You will have to steal their stuff. You will need to outsmart them so he can move forward from the underworld, let's say, because how can you go out there from that place? So, yes, gods will be there.
Maybe we wanted to not to we didn't want to encounter Prometheus to encounter the gods because it is not
In the beginning,
written.
but now that we are free,
we are free. Yes.
we want to make everything in a different way and use them in ways that I had thought about and was afraid to do. But we didn't have the greater gods. We had smaller gods. Anyway, we have designed this stuff. But yes, now you will have bigger gods, greater gods, talk to you even. I have a few ideas. And when we get funded, I will be able to talk more about that and we will have time to get overfunded. I'm gonna try to be very positive today.
I mean, what? I should be positive every day. I mean, come on. It works fine. One thing that so in the trailer at the end of the demo, which I think it's a very nice trailer showing, you know, a lot of action-packed content. You also see certain creatures, I guess mythological creatures that seem like bosses, like the Cyclops or Talus. So I'm guessing they're bosses. Like there's gonna be okay. So in the boss fights, what are you thinking about? Like, what's the mechanic gonna be? Is every boss gonna have some mechanic where you're gonna have to do like a puzzle in order to hit them, or is it going to be kind of pure tactical combat? Or will they have like something that you have to figure out what to do, and it's going to be like a puzzle element to the boss battles too?
Do not spoil the last one.
No spoilers.
Every boss will have every fight is a puzzle at the end in both heroes. Everything is a puzzle. Every battle, every rock, and every boss will have its own unique puzzle. It will be maybe, and you will fight them, and or solve or win the boss with a different way.
Tactic.
Tactic. Maybe you have to hit his foot
or make a huge boulder fall onto him or something.
Yes. Everything we have so cool boss fight, but basically don't want to spoil it.
Should we spoil it? I'm not sure about that. But again, are you going to remember it? No.
I mean, you know what? The thing is, I don't want you to regret saying maybe too much. Well, maybe you want to, reveal later on. So, if it's not spoilery, it's fine.
We want to make you laugh. You want to make.
I mean,
we want to make you be there and say,
Okay. Yes.
Enjoy that thing. I mean, yes. For example, the Cyclops that are in the game are not the Homer's Cyclops, but the Isildur Cyclops. So it's the Homer's version of Cyclops, the one, Polyphemus. And there are 3 other Cyclops from the ancient history. The 3 guys that help Zeus create his temple, etc. And these are the 3 guys that you are fighting, and you will fight all 3 of them. But each one will die, will be defeated in a different way.
Right.
So, did we answer your question?
Yeah. So it's gonna be quite a few.
Okay.
Without
before we
spoiling
watch-
too much, that's good. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's
yes.
that. So another thing in the in that video, how is the Pegasus gonna be in the game? Like, is it gonna be some sort of companion? Will it just be used for traveling in between worlds, or what's the deal? Because the Pegasus is awesome. So how much of a presence will the Pegasus have?
First of all, we cannot ride Pegasus without, sorry for interrupting, but there's a myth about Pegasus, and you cannot ride Pegasus just like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to make a fight, you need to acquire a certain item just to capture Pegasus, and honestly, I don't see another way to climb up Olympus.
I'm just gonna use a
answer?
chariot. I'm just gonna shoot it with a tranquilizer dart. And then,
Not even today. People die trying to climb
Yeah,
up
that's-
Olympus. So, did I answer? Did I do spoil?
No,
Yes,
I don't think it's spoiler to spoil it.
I guess you will see when we reach 30K on Kickstarter. So
Now we're over optimistic. I mean, let's balance it, Greek guy.
I mean,
It's
you shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, so it's still a good thing. You're supposed to shoot for the stars. Now, when it comes to something that sets Go Heroes apart, another thing is the visual style, which is I tried to figure out like how to express it in my words. It's like a cell shaded, like extra detail low poly. It's very interesting because it's low poly, but it's not so low polygon count that you don't see like really really specific features. Like for example, Prometheus's like facial features. They're very clear. Same thing with the characters, with the enemies. They're very clear, although they have low poly. So why did you choose this specific style? And advantages and disadvantages, I guess.
Do you like it?
I like it. Who doesn't like it?
Oh, there are people saying that it's really bad.
yes,
Really?
it's,
Yes.
Huh.
garbage,
Junk.
junk.
Reddit, guys.
Yeah, but come on. Reddit is full of really weird people. You can't just listen to them. It's like half of them are trolls probably. So, no. Like just think about like just for future reference. If anyone comes to you and says like this is trash about anything, it could be anything. That person did not form that opinion through reason. And usually people who like make very clear distinctions like this is bad, this is good, this is, especially if they use words like trash and garbage or whatever, like that shows immaturity. Because you could look at something and everything is complex and there's things that you can analyze. I mean, what if you call Go Heroes visuals trash, then what are you going to call the visuals of I don't know a game from 2000? Are those trash? No, because that was the technology back then. That wasn't trash. You just have this warped idea of how maybe a game is supposed to be. So I would ignore all of those. I mean, there could be people who say like, oh, I like this element, whatever. But whenever people say like, they make blanket statements, that's just ignore them. It's they don't. Yeah, they're not gonna buy the game anyway. They just like to bitch.
The visual style is like everything in Go Heroes strange because we have to create a pipeline to have good, beautiful graphics in very fast time, in very short time. So we have to create an enemy in 1 hour, not in 1 day or 2 days. If you are using,
even do concept arts.
we don't even do concept arts. We're just shooting and making things, and we didn't use traditional 3D programs to create the graphics. We used voxels. It's like Minecraft
Really?
We build everything with cubes, and then we are using an algorithm to export them and make all the angles
Disappear.
yes,
Mhm.
it becomes smooth. Everything is cubes, and me and Vasiliki are stretching them to make them really more low poly.
It's
Mhm.
a technique
And
we have
then-
developed by ourselves.
We developed special shaders, special shader, uh, that we implement. We are not using textures. We are just
Mhm.
cutting development time, and
Well, that's good. That's efficiency. Yeah. If you can
Yes.
make it without, yeah, why not? I mean, it also would lower probably the system requirements in terms of the graphics memory
Exactly,
required.
We are using more polygons that it is.
We're increasing the polygons, and so
We are
doesn't-
lowering our production time, but we are
Mhm.
increasing a little bit more the polygons, so it's not that.
not efficient with the requirements.
Yeah.
But what we have is that one person, okay, dying, but I am succeeding.
Mhm.
Just one person can make the environment of our game that will last about 2 hours, let's say.
Mhm.
I can, I sit on my PC and I start today, and by the end of the day, I have the first, not concept, but I have the first, the alpha of a level.
Mhm.
And I bring it in the office, and by the end of the day, I say, I think this is how it's going to be. And in 2 weeks, it's done. Right now that we have polished all our pipeline.
Yes, and for example, we are using, as I said, shader to calculate where, for example, if we have an island, the shader knows which surface is the ground and which is the
Tree or something inaccessible.
yes, and applies a specific color that we have pre-coded, and it's creating, it's applying colors on itself. Everything is streamlined.
It's up and
But at the end, it's a little bit strange for the players because
Really?
we haven't seen
What-
it before.
What what are the what feedback did you get on the like real feedback
Okay.
on the
Okay,
visuals?
honestly, I don't agree very much with Marinos. I think that people read that it's smarts in cubes, and when they're playing, they are being smarts. They say, this is strange. I haven't seen something like that. What Marino says that what we are thinking that perhaps it's not very smooth. We want it to be a bit smoother, and we try to make it even smoother for the eye. With less ankles, we try to reduce the ankles and make it smoother and cleaner. This is not what you've seen from us. It's not the end. In the end, you will see the best thing that we can make, and we don't stop until it's the best thing that you will like. I'm not sure how if I'm making myself clear. I mean,
No, I get it. It's a little weird though, because I don't really see any. Well, this is personal. I don't see any major issue with the visuals. It's like it's clear enough that you understand. Like you can tell things apart, right? So it's not confusing in that regard. It's not blocky. It's like halfway between between detailed and not detailed. So everything makes sense. I mean, it runs really well, which I like, which is a big thing. At least for me, it's very important. I like when games are super optimized, and Go Hero seems to work really great. I mean, you have vast levels and you can see really far. You can go back and forth. There's no loading times. So in terms of what you created, I think it works really well. So I really don't get I don't get the criticism really for this one. It's like, what do you want more? I'm like you could want more detailed stuff, sure, but then it's a different game. Then you want Uncharted. But this is not Uncharted. It doesn't, it doesn't have. It's not realistic. It doesn't have to be have that realistic visual style.
Yes,
it's
but
different.
At the end, the customer will buy our product
Right.
from the images, and no one will
Mhm.
read, okay, it was created by 2 people, and that's why it's like this. And it's, this is something that we want to improve and make it as appealing as it can be to the customer. Because no one cares about the backstory. Few people cares about the backstory.
Yeah, they want to see the product basically. Yeah, if they like it.
So,
Yeah.
So when they see it and they compare it, we want to have a fair fight in the stores. When our capsule goes next to another person capsule, another game's capsule, we want to have a fair fight.
Yeah.
So being graphic designers, we know that we are not 100% satisfied with what we see. We know that there are things that can be smoother, but you know, we have this expression in Greek. If we had some strength inside our nails, we use that too. We didn't have any more strength to keep going.
We are very tired at the moment.
We are very tired. We haven't stopped working and getting out of this apartment for more than 2 years. There's no more strength. We need funding. We need you guys to give us a good, to tell us that we are doing well, and we can't do this anymore alone. We need something to fill this strength. That's it.
And you know, get an RV and move around, like, you know, go around Greece and, you know, like do like vlogs, development vlogs from, oh, we're here in Thessaloniki and whatever, like we're here in Athens, we're here in, you know. Yeah, that's
about that and grannies watching us going through, watching us and saying, that's strange, kids are really it works well for the Europe and the Northern guys, but when it comes here in the Balkan, it will be like, doing? Why don't they have a home?
Right, exactly. It's a very different culture.
Have some bread. Oh, poor kid, you don't have a home. You know, the same thing, right?
No, but it's different culture. You know, that's fine. I mean, it's, you know, it's expected. We know what to expect from our people, I guess. It's not like a weird thing. Now, another thing that I would like to touch on the audio part, because I mean, the samples that are on the Kickstarter page are great. One thing that I was thinking about, that especially with your game, is so important, the audio part, because given the pacing, which is slower, like whatever you do, it's going to be a slower pace than, you know, than most other games, because it is turn-based, right? So one of the things that you can do in order to kind of engage the player more and have the sense of, you know, danger and, like, you know, speed and whatever, is through music. You know, the type of music is gonna morph the gameplay so it feels like it's more action, like, you know, it's more lively than, you know, like, let me think, where I'm going. Am I going there? You just turn on the camera for 5 minutes to look at the whole screen. So it's very slow, but the audio can make it like, oh, it's an action-packed game. So what are you doing in terms of the audio track, and, you know, what are you thinking about the themes for the game?
About the audio, at first we are implementing Dolby Atmos for the sound effects. We haven't finished yet. So it will be in a 3D at the end. And we are hunting some Greek musician to make us music, Greek, modern, ancient Greek music, because it's very complicated.
Influenced by obviously by, you know, old, that makes sense.
We have already some slow music tracks and some fast music tracks, and we have created a dynamic system. Even in this demo, in the latest demo, it's somehow dynamic, because when there is a boss, the music are changing, and it's more tactical, more faster.
It goes faster and goes We are not there yet. Okay, we are building. We know we are behind.
And we at the end we would like to be a dynamic music with every move you do or action to the music to change. At the end, a player will define the music, not.
Oh, their play. You mean like the play style? Their play style is gonna also, have. Okay.
If you stop playing and just watching the scene, there is no meaning to have action music because it will disconnect you at the end, and we will lower all the music, and you will enjoy the surrounding sounds. Because the Greek nature is every nature is unique, but in Greece there is so many different sounds, and we want to give it to the players. We have many ideas, and we have.
And when we get funded,
we will finish.
I mean, you could just say like, you know what, and we're gonna have Zorba in it, so you can actually like, I mean, that would be so funny if you. Well, this is just like me throwing ideas out there. It'd be so funny to have like an Easter egg, where you like go somewhere, maybe like a town, a village, somewhere where there's people, right? In game, and it would just be like an Easter egg, so not everyone would find it, and you'd see some people like around having coffee or something, and well, not some, they were drinking something, right, like ouzo, whatever. I don't think ouzo was back then, but anyway, and if you just go there, you would start dancing, like just what. It's, that's an idea. I mean, it would take some time to implement, but it would be funny to see the Prometheus in the middle, and then a few other people and just dancing Zorba.
Yes.
Yeah. And it would be an Easter egg. It wouldn't be like actually part of the game, so it wouldn't mess the the flow.
I can hear that the narrator says, "Oh, and they're dancing. Everything is destroyed, and they are dancing." That's a fun idea.
Yes, we want to the narrator to be joyful at the end, because we put the direction to be more dramatic.
But I didn't want to, but I have a game designer.
It was my directions that went to more dramatic tone.
Well, you need, because you need a sense of danger, right? So because that's a huge thing. When you can think about what movie you're gonna make for like 10-15 minutes if you want to, the sense of danger is lowered. Even if because you could literally be in a combat with satyrs and whatever, like with giant crabs all around you. Like every single tile around you is full with crabs. So that's a dangerous thing. But if you can just look around slowly and think, okay, so what should I do? I go there. That like your attitude takes you out of the danger of the situation. Whereas the music can keep you in there. So if it's more dramatic, it's like, oh wait, I actually I really have to be careful about what move I make. So that's why I think audio is very important, especially for Go heroes.
I agree. It will help with the rhythm. We've gone through that a lot of time, many times, and with the two incredibly talented guys that they have given us the music. Honestly, they didn't have so much time to work on the game. We have begun with Alex, and then he had to quit from the project, not for him. The problem is that life happened, and he's still our friend, and you will see him writing in the campaign, etc. But he left, and so that stopped. And
so what's the stretch goal to get him back on, like full time? What's the stretch goal? Like the Alex stretch goal is like 24,000 euros.
We have him very high because he's. So the sound it's not even joking. We have the sound at the 35K was see how it goes.
Yeah.
When we can find it, we can see how it will go after that. So yes, they didn't have a lot of fun. That's true. but they didn't have enough time to go through the music.
So one of the things that I kind of always touch on interviews, because I think it's very interesting with the choice. So Go Heroes is powered by Unity, right? What was the path there? Did you use it previously? Did you find it super easy? Did you get all the assets that you wanted, or like the mechanics, everything everything was within the engine, and that's why you chose it? Why did you go for Unity for Go Heroes?
Right.
Actually, I wanted for many years to start making games, and back then, before I start searching for an engine, Unreal was a no-no. It was not for everyone. And I started learning Unity because I wanted a 3D engine, and it was the obvious choice back then. I regret it now because we don't have the support of Unity like Unreal developers have from Unreal.
Like you mean the financially, or?
Not only. They have
That is psychological.
Okay.
Oh, they didn't share when you hashtag made with Unity. That's kind of
No.
net. I mean, come on, Go Heroes is actually a really cool showcase of Unity. Anyway, yeah.
Right.
I guess you know what the thing is. They're probably like so many games with built with Unity that yeah. Oh yeah. What?
We made. Okay, I don't care. I mean, they don't pay me, so I will give you a piece of my mind. When we were invited at events, either digital or physical, the previous year, it was the booth of Unity and the booth of Unreal, and the booth of Unreal was so nice. Developers were there. They were talking to the people, and they were. The guys from there, they were drinking beers and show me your game, I'm gonna come and play your game, and they're retweeting it stuff, etc. And the guys of Unity are like, who are you? Don't talk to me.
Right.
Don't talk to me. I mean, don't close to me, you dead thing.
Well, there's probably one person that I know that would not have that attitude. That's Mike Geik, I believe his name. He's I think he's like an evangelist at Unity. But yeah, I guess maybe developer outreach isn't that great at this time with Unity. Maybe because there's also so many people who use it. Maybe that's the thing. Well, Unreal wants to attract more developers towards their tools, their
and they're making very good job.
And
we will change.
We're going Unreal
next time. Yes.
For our next game, it will be Unreal.
Really? Is that like wait? Because this is exclusive. Wait. So wait. So okay. Go Heroes Prometheus is Unity.
Yes.
And you mentioned that there's going to be maybe multiple additions to the Go series, and you would change engine for those later on, later games.
Yes, because we can have a small family, which we will need. We are both designers, so we can really fast adjust to a new
engine.
Yes, thank you. We can really fast adjust to a new engine while experimenting for the next hero. So yes, why not? Why not try? We now know how to pitch our game, and we can do it fast also. So why not change and move on and try for a different and more friendly engine?
It would be difficult to transfer all the mechanics again because we have to rewrite everything. But if Unreal are giving us the funds to do this, we will do it.
Why not?
Why not?
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Because now we will know how to come to Kickstarter, and we will be better prepared this time. And yes, because we have no idea. Actually,
yes, we're learning.
Well,
I mean, you're learning with the campaign. You're learning with the game that you're making. There's lots of new stuff that you're trying out, and obviously it's gonna be tough. But I don't think it's
So why not go to a place that you will be better treated? With
Right.
they are not obligated, and we are not obligated to.
Right.
It's,
Wow.
it's,
I should put like I should make a clip like indie developer trashes Unity and so to get clip. No, I would not. I'm not about. No, I'm not. I don't do the clickbait stuff, but it's that's really interesting because that is something to consider, and that's something that's not exactly talked about, right? Because the way they offer, engine developers offer developer outreach, it could change, your life. You could have the funds to finish the title that you always wanted to make, or having to, build a Kickstarter and do whatever and do, contract work, or who knows, in order to do the same thing. So, people might complain about, Epic and, their exclusives, and it seems like that's pretty much the biggest one of the biggest complaints with them, is that they incentivize exclusives, and they pay for developers to have certain games exclusive. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to tell? No, but it's like, what are you going to tell a person who doesn't have money? Because most of them are indie developers who are getting this. Well, yeah, most of them are indie developers, and they have the choice of what? Either I won't be able to make this game and I have to go and work, a contract or whatever, or I can take this deal and have this exclusive for 1 year, and I can finish my dream project. That's
Exactly.
that's yeah.
And you know that if you have, let's say, 10,000 euro, it's much different living in Sweden and much different living in Athens or in Romania.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's very different for us. I mean, for us, it would be a year of development, the 25K grant. It's a year for us.
Yeah.
It's a year of working and experimenting and not doing all this contract work and not being so worried every day.
Yeah. About bills. About
I hear so many devs that now have succeeded, etc., from the other side of the ocean, northern areas, and they're like, "Oh, you should not leave your day jobs." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. You
Who
can't
has
afford.
the-
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, there are devs out there that cannot even have a day job. I mean, let's say you are a multi dev in Albania, in Greece, as a matter of fact, and you live in Thessalia. Where will you find this company to have a day job? And your day job could be a supermarket or anything. And it's the truth. We live in different waters, I think. I mean, I'm not complaining, and I'm so happy.
No, it's just different. Yeah, exactly. You're just acknowledging that it's different situation, depending on the country, the market. Yeah, exactly. Like you could talk, like how many investors, like if you were in the UK, Germany, whatever, the US, finding investors for a game is a different situation than finding an investor in Greece. And that's, like how many people invest in games in Greece, like like private investors or some certain companies or whatever. No, that just doesn't happen that much. So yeah.
It's the investors, and let's not go there. How I hear people that I've met from the north and again Europe, and they have schools dedicated to game design and game development, and we don't even have them.
Right.
Yeah, we have a new private school that has opened a couple of years ago, 3 years ago.
Who has the money for that? Right.
Who has the money for that? And also, I hear they have game jams and they have meetups and etc. And the meetups are organized by Ubisoft, and I'm like, okay, perhaps the guy who makes Shulaka might host us. So we will be, I am making a game and I'm gonna beat you all. I will succeed first. I mean, come on, let's be more practical.
I'm sorry, but like if you move to a more developed country like Romania, you would have pick up the list, because we have Ubisoft here, we have Funcom is opening it's a Q&A hub. We have Electronic Arts. I actually worked for 2 weeks at Electronic Arts. I'm not gonna say it more than that because that's
Perhaps we should
it's
move there. You are. I told
no, but
you. We believe,
but so
but
it,
you are the Estonia of the Balkan. I'm telling you.
no, but there are different opportunities for sure. But even here, like the way things go, it's like, especially for indie developers, right? You don't really have much support. Financial, I mean, financial. There's people who want to help you, but when it comes to the financial, you still have to go to Kickstarter, and that's just the reality of things. You just don't find other types like publishers. How many indie developers in Romania or in Greece or anywhere in the Balkans or Eastern Europe find support from publishers that are going to pay like a huge a good amount of money in order to have a game finished. It's not going to happen that much. It's going to be a lot tougher.
And it's something that we need to consider the Balkan, perhaps as a whole, and discuss about that and see and discuss and find and have a connection with the developers. Again, I don't know why. I know two teams from Romania. It's kind of strange thing. I have a connection with Romania. In fact, I have a great grandmother who was from Romania. Perhaps that's the thing. So, so you never know. But yes, that's true. So, 25 grand, and for us it would be changing the way of our life and changing perhaps the life of other people in Greece.
Right.
Because and in Romania and in every place in Bulgaria and every country in the Balkan, because every time an indie from this area succeeds or makes something happen or has money, they can hire one more person perhaps. They can share their knowledge and how they succeeded. They can help the others start rising. It's not only about the one who will succeed. It will succeed as a whole. So yes, I will take the money from Unreal. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna hunt down that money because I need it, and there's nowhere else that I can find it. Even if we try the European program, I don't know if you know about that. It's called Media, but you need to have a company that is registered only as a game development company. How I'm gonna live? I need to do everything as a company just to survive. And we have a crazy tax thing here, but anyway, Greece
but that's a big thing. It's not a small. It's huge. It's crazy. I mean, of course, it depends on the country, but it's still gonna be like, I can't do this because the tax rate is so high. So it's
And also have this working for at least 1 year. Having this company that makes only games. Okay, yes, I will do it. I will make a game for the guy who sells like around the corner. And also
Souvlaki. You know what? You know what's funny? You if you made a Souvlaki simulator with Unreal Engine 4, I think you might actually have something there. It's like and you just the only thing it's a first-person management game where you start off with a little cart in the middle of Athens, and then you can get like stores, whatever. Why not? For future reference.
Why not? Can I say something about history? They found that the first souvlaki was made in Santorini.
Really?
Really? Yes.
On an island?
Was it island?
No, Santorini. Wait, Santorini is an island.
Now it is an island.
Oh,
perhaps it was connected. They're not very
that far. Like, so the Souvlaki would be that far back in terms of history.
That
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know, 4,000 BC.
That's
3,000 BC.
Wow. Okay.
We are the kings of Souvlaki, but in any case, you need to have all the stuff and have published a game already. And the money they will give you only 50%, so you will need to have the other 50%. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to compete with
thousands
and companies like, come on, the media. Did you know that they have taken media, a part of the media, to make The Witcher 3? They had the balls to go out there and take a part of that money for it.
I mean, you know what? If if the program and it like lets them participate, then
yes,
yeah,
they did well.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I wish I could do that also
Mhm,
and
mhm.
take some part of that money,
Mhm.
grab some money, of course,
Yeah.
and make something good. I will give my best to that,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what is happening today. It's a strange day anyway, and
It's a Friday. It's more relaxed.
the money are not given for development, are
Mhm.
given only for promo. What can you
Really?
promote if you haven't made anything?
Or
Yeah.
Okay, so we will not make anything. We will start promoting.
I guess researching, not
Promoting.
Then
It's for-
researching
for-
what? Like you're supposed to make a game. What are you going to research? It's,
I read
yeah.
it was something like that, and I read it, and
Mhm.
it was like you can travel with that money.
Mhm.
You can go.
Yeah, but to where? I mean, maybe if you'd go like, you know, to conventions, maybe to promote your game, that would make
Yes.
sense. But you know,
I know that if we had made a good start, we could use it.
mhm,
I
mhm,
mean, I know the Alien Pixel are making about what's apart from Mania. They
Mhm.
can use this money for the next game.
mhm,
But when you start, you cannot use it. So how can I
Mhm.
kickstart? I can
Right.
kickstart that Kickstarter, and perhaps with the Unreal money.
mhm. So, yeah, when it comes to financials and with this project specifically, with the Kickstarter successful, because I do think you're gonna make it. So it's successful. You reach the goal. Are you thinking of maybe launching Go Heroes in early access to get like some extra funds earlier, or is it going to be like, no, we're gonna finish it and then it's gonna be released?
We do not want to make things bad with our bikers and the
Mhm.
guys who have bought the alpha.
No, right? Yeah, yeah.
We need to be good for them. We need to make
Mhm.
this correct.
Mhm.
But I think that we can do that and also try for early access. Early access
Mhm,
is something that we have in mind because we can have we can release the game as episodes.
Right.
So I mean, you played half, not the half. Yes, you played the game. So I could say that you have played a little less than the half of that first episode. So why not?
Yes, you have played the 1/3 of the first episode. So I guess
Mhm.
if you go up to the
Temple. Mhm.
then it is the first episode finished. Then
Mhm.
we can go to the access with that episode and build another episode on top.
And also respect our alpha and beta bikers.
Right.
Because we need to have this into consideration also.
Mm-hmm. So, what are the release plans at this specific point in time? Like, what platforms are you targeting? Are you thinking of stretch goals for other platforms, console versions?
We have a stretch goal. It's our first stretch goal, and it's for Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
We have already talked with Nintendo Switch. They like the game. We haven't sent them our demo yet. We wanted to concentrate on the demo as it is and etc. So we are asking for the dev kit. We are we try for the take up the dev kit, and this is our first stretch goal. We are now concentrated in the PC for Mac, Linux, and Windows.
Yes, we have to finish first the PC version. Then we will do exports for Mac and Linux because we can't do everything at the same time.
And again, it has to do with the funding. We do have a stretch goal for consoles. We believe we've seen this game and large screens, etc. It will be so nice, so great. And also, since we will have the Dolby, which is something that we will officially announce after we would.
Adobe is so great company. They're just Dolby. I'm sorry.
Yes, they're so kind and so helpful,
Really?
and so yes. I mean, we talked to them. The guys talking to
They
us.
they believe in us.
They're very kind. We are like, wow, I can't believe this, and they're very helpful. But we didn't have the time to implement correctly everything so that we can tell that yes, we will have Dolby. So since we will, if and everything goes well, and we do have Dolby, we will be able to be in a very particular section in the PlayStation console. So it would be nice for us to have this.
I mean, the control scheme already like would work perfectly on consoles. I mean, I play with the controller, and I'm more of a fan of a keyboard and mouse. And then with the controller, it's intuitive. It's super easy to use. So yeah, Go Heroes. I think it would work great on consoles.
I do. I believe it's more suitable for consoles and also it would be great on Switch. I think
Switch, yes.
There will be a perfect match there. And yes. So this is what we're thinking. We have made plans. We told you we have already talked with the president. We've changed. We used Mac, iOS, and now we're using Windows for this purpose.
We switched platform to have the opportunity to develop for Dolby and.
Still hard.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
I mean,
we don't like Windows. Windows are just for not creative people.
Okay, just give me like, why don't you like it? Let's start with that. Like, indie developer trashes Windows. Why not? Come on, you can say something. It's bad. It spies on you. It's resource hog. What do you have to say about Windows 11? Just what do you think of that?
I hope that everything I will say will be fixed in the Windows 11, but it will never be. So Explorer is very. It's not Explorer. It's just filing. You can't
file manager.
File manager. You can't explore as efficient you can in OS X. There are so many small details.
Right. I mean, it's not only preference. It's also workflow stuff
Yes, the workflow. I'm always stumbling on something in Windows. I want to do something fast. I want to get screenshot. No, I have to take the screenshot,
paste somewhere.
Save. Why I have to paste the save screenshot? It's always two or three moves more than in
iOS. But
they had double click. I haven't seen double click since 2004.
Why you have to use more clicks to do the same job?
You also need protection. You have an antivirus.
Yes, we have been hacked in the last week. It was so hard.
Oh yeah, because you had the tweet. Yeah, but that probably wasn't. Yeah. No, but that.
Count.
Yeah.
They took our Twitter. They took our email. They took our Instagram.
Wait. What email?
Steam. They took our
Steam, really?
They took everything. Yes, and they took our Facebook.
So where, like, what was the entry point? What do you think the entry point was? What was the weekly?
That day we turned into Windows, I think.
Yes.
You think, really?
Yes, I think it was a day we turned into Windows.
And they get access somehow to our email, and the email was connected to Facebook also.
Yeah, to all the right, yeah.
And they didn't close access to the email. Because they wanted to.
We have no idea. We're too stupid.
They wanted to lure to stay there and wait for more things. And
like COVID.
Like a virus, and that was. Hopefully, they didn't took our email because that would be just devastating.
So can I ask, like, what email service were you using? Like, what was the one that was compromised?
I was
Gmail.
Yahoo.
No, because
Yahoo.
Really? Yeah. Oh, so it was Yahoo. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know
was-
what? I'm really thinking of transitioning because I'm old. Well, I'm not old school, but I'm old. But it's like I have also have a, younger people probably don't use Yahoo or
You
anything
have
like that.
Yahoo or
Wait,
Hotmail.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You're-
guess, I
You,
guess.
you
Or-
have used MSN in your life.
Yeah, exactly. You're super grandfather. But no, but
Yeah.
it's such a. I was looking at because I have the Yahoo Mail app, and it's such a bad design. Like you can't
Like
really tell
Windows.
which. It's worse. You can't
Yes.
tell which email it's been read and which not. It's such a bad
Gmail.
thing. It's unbelievable. It's so bad design. It's I really want to transition
Gmail.
away from yeah. No, Yahoo Mail. So Yahoo Mail specifically, I want to transition away from Yahoo Mail and hopefully also Gmail. And I want to transfer everything to. I've already transferred a lot to Tutanota. It's like an encrypted email service.
I have no idea.
And
Can you send
to-
us some, a thing?
Yeah,
Also?
sure. Yeah, I'll it's tutanota.com. I'm gonna put it in the chat, in the DMs, and the Proton email. And I'm thinking transitioning everything to those two, and just leave the mainstream stuff behind because it's just bad. It's just bad, and it actually it gets worse, especially with Gmail too. It gets worse with. I mean, you should see the amount because I'm paying for like a G Suite, right? So it's like $6 a month, and it's Google's work services, whatever, and I have my email there, and the amount of emails that Google thought they were spam, and they were from indie developers, and they were from developers that I talked to and I had like email communications with. It's crazy. It's like, wait, how the hell does it? So you talk to someone, like you have email exchanges like 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and then the 8th time, the spam filter says, "Oh, this is spam. I'm going to send to the spam folder," and it doesn't tell you anything. I just have to look there to find. Wait, why is that? It's unbelievable. It's
My
crazy
teammate
bad.
spammed me. My
Yeah.
teammate spammed me.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's spam.
It was
Yeah.
like a cat. Like we had a cat that's like a teammate. It's like we knew her.
Mhm.
We adopted her when she was 2 weeks old, and 2 years afterwards, she was like, "I know you. Who are you?"
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
teammate. It's like a cat.
And after
Yeah.
a while, I'm hungry, feed me, and then after I
Yeah.
who
Give
are
me
you?
$6 per month. But
Yeah. No, I'm just.
Anyway,
it's so bad. Yeah.
We launched,
Okay,
and we
indies
launched.
and streamers trashes Gmail.
I mean, we're not.
Freelance.
It's I mean, a lot of people would say that it's not as great as it used to be, and there's a lot more limitations. Of course, they read all your emails. That's another thing, which it's not great. I don't want Google to read my emails because it's kind of my thing. But yeah, it's about privacy mostly for me. But it's also function. It's it doesn't work as good as I want it to be, and Yahoo is really bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
nobody cares about Yahoo though.
I
So
was using
Exactly.
I was using Yahoo because it was hidden in email. No one knew about it,
mhm.
and
That's what happened.
that's what
Yeah.
happened. It was like a backdoor, and they found the
Mhm.
backdoor.
Yeah.
So this Sunday,
One day Steam stopped. I couldn't open Steam.
Mhm.
A friend of mine called me and said, "Were you yesterday night, last night playing zombie game?" I said, "What?
Oh, so they were yeah.
Were you playing a zombie game?" No. You may be hacked.
Yeah.
And I was so freaked out because my Steam account is connected to Steam Creator.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we
Yeah.
can stop about that. What is connected to what?
Never mind.
Yeah, but if you change the email, but did you you
No,
got
we
everything?
changed it. Nothing is
Right.
connected to anything.
Okay, so you got everything back, so like there was nothing lost per se, like from the
But,
hack.
you know, it's
It
very
was,
bad because you need to work on the campaign.
I have to inform the public for what spammers and scammers do. They are hacking your Facebook.
That's true. You should do
Mhm.
that.
And they are not changing the password.
Yeah.
They are adding their name, their account to your account as ad manager. And
Oh, so they
you,
yeah.
They can be there and they can work. And
you will
Yes.
never find that if you are not doing ads and you have connected your card.
Yeah.
they
Oh yeah,
will-
right. Yeah.
They will stay there and making ads. A person was there. I found him.
while we were working.
Yes, and
Mhm.
he was running an ad for his application in Pakistan.
In front of my
Mhm.
And we and the account, our Facebook account was banned after 6 hours because he was running bad ads.
Right, right.
He was just staying there and lurking. He was so
Mhm.
quiet.
I mean, yeah.
Is it-
I mean, but it's so many with Facebook especially. It's like every 3-4 months there's a new, like a new hack, and emails leaked and whatever. It's in details.
Exactly.
It's anyway.
It's not normal. It's not normal.
But that doesn't mean we don't use social media. So this would be a good time to plug your social media. Say where people can find you, if they're interested in Go Heroes.
Okay, thank you. So the most important is to go the Go Heroes .game/yes
Underscore.
and find us-
I think it's underscore
No,
because it's.
the,
It's-
I will write it down.
okay. We
I
will
don't
write
thi-
it in that. I don't know how it's called. We wrote it like
I think it's underscore because it's like it's Go
Underscore is
Heroes.
like-
No, underscore is like
No.
the line at the bottom. Cause it's not slash. I don't think you can put slash in a Twitter handle, or maybe you can. I've just never
Oh.
seen one.
Someone-
Yes.
People are writing in the chat. and
Yeah.
we didn't see.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
commenting, yeah.
know.
Yeah, people
hello,
like
guys.
Hello.
people like the
Panayotis.
Ray apparently.
We had an appointment with Panayotis and
We are going a little.
hello Panayotis. So
Right, because okay.
For anyone who's watching, like the live stream, Jesus.
yes, you guys liked it. Okay.
Oh my God, when I see like.
We're
What?
so cool people here.
It was not a www. They can find us on Twitter, so it's @GoHeroes _games, and you can
Mhm.
find us there, and you can help us with the Kickstarter campaign. We are making
Yeah.
a very good game that you will love in the end, and we are giving ourselves in it. Okay, this is promo. Shameless promo.
Yeah, yeah. So
And,
so the link to the Kickstarter campaign, the link to the Steam page, to itch.io, they're all in the description. Just so you know, you don't have to
so
search for
much.
anything for that. Those are already there.
And you can talk to us, guys. You can come at our Discord. We are always available to listen to your ideas, and we are here for that. We want to make a game with you, for you, and I really mean that. We want to make something nice. I've played games I love, and I want this game to be like that.
So unrelated. I'm sorry, but this is. I don't want to show. Guess what just happened right now? So I got a notification on my phone. I'm not gonna show it because it's asking me because I've connected. It's asking me if I try to log into my Yahoo account right now, and
Be
I'm
careful.
so I'm not gonna show it, but it's like
So
okay. I'm not gonna show this, but it's like wait. So did you try to? And it says like Chrome and an email address,
Someone is trying to
an
hack
IP.
you, yeah.
I did, like, I haven't been doing nothing with Yahoo. So someone's trying to get into my Yahoo account. It's like, no, that's not me trying to sign in. This live, this happened live. Can you believe that? We were talking about exactly about Yahoo and it happened live. Unbelievable.
Yes, many accounts are being hacked at the moment. This is just everything is being hacked at the moment.
This is unbelievable. This is
So
just, this
be
is very,
Thank you so much, Raven. Sorry for interrupting, but Raven says that. Thank you so much. It's been
Focus.
a nice evening.
focus. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. Jesus. We're not done.
Okay. The thing. This is the thing with.
Let's put Go Heroes aside anything? Are you playing anything right now? Are you excited about anything that's coming up? Any game that you're like, oh yes, I can't wait to play that. Anything that's, it could be indie, could be AAA, doesn't matter.
Okay, we played very recently. Okay, I'm gonna share a secret. When I'm very tired and I want to empty our heads, I say, Marinos, are you ready to go for a trying weekend? Trying at 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is our
Really?
very beloved.
That's the go-to, like when you want to relax.
Yes, and I want to play Valhalla so much. I want to go through that. And Valheim, I want to get in a server and have fun with friends. And we played. Marinos doesn't play anymore. Okay.
I'm developing. All the time.
You don't have time.
Mechanics, and no, it's not just that. I see all the games in a different way, like Matrix. I see the numbers, I see the mechanics.
Does that bother you? Like that? Does that make you enjoy it less? Like.
Yes, it has lost a part of the magic for me.
Right.
And I was so hardcore gamer, and I have found that I'm satisfying my gaming needs with making new mechanics. So when I create something new and I'm so thrilled, excited to make it and see it work, it's even better from winning a boss in a game. When everything is at the end working, it's so happy.
The best sandbox game I've ever played is indie game development.
Okay, well but that's not actually okay. You know what? When you figure out how to sell that, and like indie game the game, and you can make a game within a game. Give me 40 euros for a copy. It's like, okay, like if you do that, then that's great.
But when you're making the games, I mean, you can do whatever you want and so many things, and you can go that way or that way, and it's good for the 4 type of gamers, the battle game, the type of gamers, and actually we have them here: the socializer, killer, explorer, and achiever. And these are the 4 types of players, and with game development, an explorer can work with a killer and make a game, which has to balance a bit more, but we both have a lot of excitement and joy while making the game. And I think for a hardcore gamer as Marinos was, this is the ultimate game. I think it's the ultimate gaming experience. For me, though, there are so many games that I want to play and enjoy, because I was an avid gamer back in the years, and then I lost it and returned.
Maybe you lost it. You did other things. You didn't have time for games. Other interests. Okay, you never lose. It's like riding a bike. Once you like games, it's like you're always gonna like games.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, I forgot about it. I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't expected for me to do that, and I would play casual, stupid things, and suddenly I'm back because of game development, and I enjoy the games even more. I mean. And I'm not antagonizing with games. I enjoy, and I don't know. It's even better for me now that I understand the mechanics. I enjoy better the gameplay.
It's interesting. It's different than for Marinos. Marinos is like, I saw the sausage made, so that has a negative impact. But for you, it's a positive impact on your gaming.
I'm like, why? Who was the smart guy in the team who said that, and they made it? Who suggested that thing? Oh, how clever that is! And it's like, in reality, and it's not only with games; it's also with books and movies. The creators, they exchange with
English.
Not Greek, not Greek, not English.
You just say it in Greek. Say it in Greek, and I'm sure we're gonna have someone who can translate in the chat.
The receiver.
The receiver, yes, the receiver.
Okay, you mean the player, like the
The
spectator?
player,
Mhm.
yes.
The viewer.
The viewer, the player, etc. They are receiving, and
Mhm.
then they are sending back things because you play and I watch.
Yeah.
And then I go back and make another game, or I make my game different. And I
Yeah.
didn't communicate with you. We were trying so hard to communicate with you through
Mhm.
tutorials, and then we changed it, and you didn't
Yeah.
understand. And it was like I was sending in the future to you. Today I'm making something, and in the future I'm sending you a message.
Right.
And then I come in the future and I see if you took the message. And
Yeah.
you say,
If you
"No,
understood the
I
message,
cannot."
yeah.
Yes, and you say no, and I go back and make it, and then I come again.
Mhm.
Yes, I understand, but I don't understand what you're doing there. And then I go
Mhm.
back, and then I'm trying also to transfer feelings and ideas,
Yeah.
and I have a good story. And he said, yes, you have a cool story, and I really like that. I listened to you saying you are to University, but you're not right there with your narrator. You need to work on that. And I listen to that. And then I will go back and I will say, Christian, do you get the story now? And then
It'd be like, now, what is this Greek mythology again? Like, hasn't everyone made a game about Greek mythology? Like, I mean, can't like after go like, what are you gonna make? Like Perseus, like Hercules next? Come on, everyone's doing. You should do, I don't know, Hercules in space. You know,
you're
like obviously.
Okay, I deserve that.
I mean, you tried to make it. I think it's like, really in space? I mean, come on. Because those are like the big, like, Greek mythology has been used and overused. And space has been used and overused. Like, let's combine two things that have been overused and see what it works. Like, no, just make it like a. But you know what? One thing that you mentioned, I like the idea because, okay, I like Greek mythology and it's very familiar. And that's what it's always going to have like a place in my mind and heart. But if you would do other mythologies and link this game and this kind of like view of humans, an experience and game with other mythologies and other heroes and other characters from other mythologies, I think that would be awesome. Because one of the games that kind of did that, I think, I don't know if you played it. It's hack and slash, technically RPG, Titan Quest. Now Titan Quest is probably it's first of all, it's a classic, and it's one of the best games that connected so many ancient histories that if you didn't know anything about the history of humanity, then you would get a semi crash course into ancient Egypt, Greek mythology. Babylon, like Indian mythology, like Chinese, and it's like, yes, all of these existed, and it's great that you can experience more. So it would be nice if you could go like east, like go east from Greece, like go to I don't know the Syrian Empire, maybe find something there, go to I don't know, Sumer, and then Mesopotamia, Babylon, and then so on and so forth. Because these things are stories that are like, well, there are stories. That's the whole thing. Like, who doesn't want to hear our stories? Maybe some people are not interested, but it's like, you're a human. Don't you want to know, like, where you come from and what happened before you and how you were created? And how were you created? Well, you created by, I don't know, 400 generations of humans. Which is, kind of a lot, maybe, let's say 400. And, and those 400 generations of humans had their stories. Don't you want to listen to their stories? And it's, it's one of the cool things, I think. With, yeah. And with Go Heroes, especially, if you get it on the Switch too, it's a very kid-friendly game. It's not punishing in, like, like you would frustrate a child. It's easy to control. It's not, like, complicated. It makes you think. It has colorful visuals. It's like, it's not bloody or anything. It's not violent in the sense that you don't see gore and whatever, like, limbs flying around. So this would be a great game for, children 8, 9, 10 to play on the Switch, on the go. And also, I know Prometheus. He was a hero and he did this and he helped the humans, and and that would be amazing. As to make Go Heroes, for example, a first introduction for children to Greek mythology.
That's so nice for you to say.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I have two nephews. I would want them to play, Go Heroes and find out about Greek mythology. It's awesome. Like that's one of the great things that it's true.
We have our first play testers was some kids on our village. It was 11 years old, nine years old kid.
Oh, young, yeah.
And he wanted so much to play, but he he couldn't play the game because
he was playing God of War.
Yes,
Mhm.
9 to 12. He would
Oh,
go
okay,
for a
okay.
swim and then come at our place and try to
Right.
play Go Heroes. He was smashing it.
Yeah.
I realized then that it's an easy game,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
also it can train the kids' brains
Mhm.
to
How
work
tactical.
creatively and understand what's tactical, tactical battle or solve puzzles. Yes, it is for 10 and 12 years old kids. It's friendly. We kept it friendly. No gore and love. I also wanted to be the game that you will play with your girlfriend, and you will share with her your
Or
hobby
your mom.
or your mom.
And then there, I
But
mean,
we made it somehow complicated with the store now, and maybe it's lost that one. And we wanted to be for the first game for many people.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
last year.
I mean, it's not going to be for everyone, but in terms of the demographics, this game can be played by anyone. So, like age, experience in games, you could have zero experience in games. If you mildly manage to hold the controller and not, you would still be able to play it just fine, and it doesn't push you to do something right now, like kick, or jump right now, jump. Oh, you didn't make the jump, you're dead. Because that's frustrating, especially for children. So it's a very approachable game. That's one of the things that I like, especially if thinking of people who don't play this much or at all, or it's something new for them. Go Heroes is very approachable. You can pick it up, learn how to play. It's not going to be a big challenge to learn how to play it, and then you can obviously enjoy it, and hopefully, because I like
believe-
turn-based games. Yeah, tell me.
I believe that a new gamer will find the mechanics faster than an old gamer, because we're all bringing with us all the experience, and usually why we are closing the tutorial, because we believe that we know that we have
Yeah.
seen everything, and we are not the gamers are not playing Go Heroes with clean brain.
With a blank slate, no
Blank
no
slate.
prior no prior experience. Yeah. They had they played other games before. Yeah.
This is the problem for now.
see how it goes.
To make them think a little bit different, or more simpler, maybe.
Or perhaps just think, don't react.
Yeah, just relax a little bit, because it's especially with but especially the younger generation, right? If they play something, it's going to be something very action packed. So if you could take them a step back and be like, okay, relax, okay, think about this. What would you do here? And it's like building something, or like doing puzzles when you're a kid. You have to have a little bit of patience. And that's unfortunately what and I blame parents for that. A lot of children don't have the patience for it. That's the thing. And of course, older people don't have patience either, but that's I think when you grow older, you can have more patience when you find something new, right? With Go Heroes, it's not hard to figure out. and to learn how to play. There's certain, like, if I would start playing Civilization, like from zero, that would be a really hard game to crack, to learn, and I would need hours and hours and hours of playing in order to enjoy it, right? Up until then, I have to learn it, and some people don't want to spend 2 hours to learn a game, and that's, they take a game and they're like, oh, it's trash, and then, but what I think with Go Heroes, you need maybe half an hour, maybe, but you also need that kind of that patience with the turn-based gameplay, and that's gonna be, hit and miss depending on the person who plays it.
I hope that a big streamer, meaning not someone that has
PewDiePie, you can say it. You can say
PewDiePie,
it. Let's
yes.
everyone just go tag PewDiePie and
Play Go Heroes, please.
you know what, he would play it. I think he would play it. Who else? Asmongold? No, he's playing Final Fantasy. Who else is big? I don't really watch because but I don't really watch. But yeah, PewDiePie. Just tag PewDiePie and spam him on Twitter and say, play Go Heroes. It's amazing, and it's about Greek mythology, and I think he would appreciate the setting.
I don't think that these guys do this. Let's see my Twitter. I think that
Yeah.
other people doing it for them, and they never take a look.
Well, they probably get offers, like they get emails from PR people, and
Yes.
I mean, it's like, oh, do you want to try this game? And I mean, I'm sure they discover certain things, but they're probably inundated with offers about all sorts of stuff from people that they already know. Maybe they get some money or some incentive for playing some stuff, which it's what it is. So yeah, but how, like, in terms of the response with the media, because that's also a big thing. Like, what have you gotten so far? Even before the Kickstarter, with the demo, like, sites, websites, other channels or whatever, especially the news. Like, what did you get back from them? Did they like it? Did they cover it? Or it's like, who are you exactly? Does it have non-binary gods here? No, it doesn't. Okay, we're not gonna play it then.
Very nice one. Perhaps I should start with that. Anyway, I'm not sure how they select and how these things are done.
Mm-hmm.
We have sent quite a few
Wait.
mails
The question is, what is the response
of the
of
media.
the media?
Yeah.
We have done a boost. We have sent a few mails. We are still waiting to see what's going to happen. We are keep on sending. Here were no boundaries. I mean, and it's not easy. And we have done a big mistake, as it seems. The name sounds mobile, and our first image was mobile, and perhaps
The key
Oh.
art.
they told us people.
They said they thought that it was a cash grab mobile game, and we already started to changing the key art. If you go to Steam, you will see the new.
The difference,
It's not the best.
but it's different.
It is more closer to Go Heroes
I think. We think we really.
in game graphics, at least.
For some reason, even though we have done so good work for so many people as graphic designers, we cannot seem to get going very well with our own. It's kind of strange. Anyway, so
In any case, at the moment, on the question, with no one is giving us any attention at the moment because we are small and
Don't have connections.
they don't know exactly if this game is good or not.
it's a Kickstarter game.
Yes, if Go Heroes will be a success to invest their attention.
Yeah.
So
Even though we tried hard, but perhaps if we succeed our funding and we show them a very good gamer.
I mean, that's a kind of weird thing because, like, in order for Go Heroes to be successful, people need to know about it. That's basically how you get successful. People like it, you know about it, and like it. So how is something going to be successful if the word is not spread about? Like I shared like on Twitter and stuff like that. This interview hopefully is going to be found by many people, and the point is like show people. Like more people need to know that Go Heroes exists. That's one thing. That it's on Kickstarter. That has a demo out. You can try it. That's all these things are important messages to be sent out. So you can't just wait until like you have like you get an Epic Games grant like for let's just say in 2 years, right? And then you get coverage because you're one of the games that gets a grant. Well, okay, great, but previously when we were just building something we could have used the help to get the coverage, to get eyes on our game. You didn't cover it. So that's why I really don't understand, because I read well, no, but I read someone who was like PR person. Okay, I shouldn't be. She was a PR person. Oh, it was a she. Never mind. And she was giving like examples as to how you should approach media as developers, and like you have to make it something that they should be interested in, and make them want to invest in the game. And it's like wait, isn't the fact that it's a game and it's being made enough at least for you to have a look at it, especially if you're in the media, right? So but the weird part is like people look at it like, wait, how many views is Go Heroes gonna give me? Like that. Like how many page clicks is Go Heroes gonna give me? And if it's not a lot, then I'm gonna cover it, unfortunately. Wait, sorry, I have to adjust my doggy. Sorry.
The doggy is making everyone calm and happy.
Oh, she's she's a little actually a bit unruly because she probably wants to go out, but no, she's fine. She's a good girl. That's why I call her. Yeah. So, sorry. Go ahead, and then I have another question. Sorry.
So about the media, we try to be in competitions. That's how we go a few of the things that we have collected a few achievements. We are trying to be there during some conventions online. We will be in the big indie pits happening these days. We are discussing about competing also, try to see if we can.
I want to avoid it, but I guess we will not avoid it.
We cannot avoid it. Everyone is English.
Thinking Greek, speaking English. Yes. Yeah.
Let me tell you, everyone is fighting with the same things. I think that the mistake, not a mistake, we couldn't do anything about that. We don't have a PR agency doing something for us.
We need it, and we need one more person in our team for this job.
Yeah, specifically.
To communicate.
And if we had a PR agency, a small company, there are companies for indeed doing the press coverage and doing that. I think that we would have attention for two or three media outlets. I think that we would have had them, but now we did not, and it's something you need to work with what you have. We are even trying. We don't even get from the Greek media press. I mean,
really?
We have a friend. Yes.
But we will try again and again.
We have no response from Greek media, and everyone in
but we know that we will have that. Not everyone is the same.
In Facebook, many people are, oh great, you're gonna make it.
Again, people giving what they have. That's not a discussion here about the media. This is how it works, and I wish there are people that are helping, like Indie World Order or the Indie Bandits, and there are ways. We didn't make it in the Wholesome Game. We didn't even try, but Wholesome Games could probably help us with that if we were on time.
Wouldn't the combat kind of like take Go Hero, because isn't Wholesome Games about like non-violent titles specifically? No?
I think I've seen. Perhaps
I don't know.
I have an email. I'm gonna try.
Go Heroes is a
violent.
Yes.
Well, it does have combat in that regard. That's what I mean.
I think I've seen
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I know.
I've seen violent games. I mean, violence is even if you're dying. I mean, non-violent games. How many are there out there? Anyway, so there are things for the DVDs. We need to go. We need to. This is how it goes. What can you do?
Yeah.
I try a lot.
Probably sent like hundreds and hundreds of emails. That's one of the things, you know, like.
And send another. Another round and another round.
Yeah.
If we're not.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, continue, please.
One of the things that so you have a very extensive, and I really like that, a very extensive offer on Kickstarter when it comes to different pledges. So, you know, everyone watching, there's a link in the description to the Kickstarter page. You can get a copy of the game for as little as 15 euros, equivalent of about $18, and you have a lot of you know, tiers, and they're very nicely sectioned. So you know, people who are interested can get, you know, beta access, they can get alpha access, they can get multiple copies, they can have. One of the things that I was wondering with the tiers where you can help, you know, suggest a animal companion. Would all the animal companions made through those tiers be available to every single player, or will they be somehow locked in a way, or will everyone be like, if I want Rhea to be in the game, for example, just, you know, like, and you know, I get that tier, you make the game, will that be available to every single person who plays the game?
No, it's gonna be only for you.
Oh, okay. Well, see, why is that? Like, why would that be a limitation? Because I think maybe that would be more of an incentive for people to try something like that. If they, for example, if I really like, I don't know, some sort of weird animal, like a platypus, maybe not an echidna, because it's so friendly, you know, like, why would it be sectioned off just for the person who paid for that? Why not have it for everyone? Because then every single player would have, you know, a large amount of animal companions to choose from. Wouldn't that be like a you know, an extra incentive for everyone getting the game, and especially for people getting the game like when it launches? It's like, you know, you have 10, you know.
It's not a bad idea.
We will ask every person that has pledged for a pet if they wanted to be in the final game, yes, public. Or else the agreement is
for them to have an exclusive tier.
But if we had someone who said, I want a frog, okay, we can add frog on the final game. A baby T-Rex dinosaur is not a thing for the final game.
Right.
So some things may not be included because they will not help you. We don't agree with that. But if you want to see, I mean, Rhea it's okay because we have a dog. The inspiration comes from the myth of Odysseus, Homer. So yes, of course, and they love their dogs. Greeks love, adore their dogs. So it's normal. I mean, we have a dog in the game, but you want Rhea. Okay, you will have Rhea. Why not? You know what I see faces.
You know, I'm just thinking that it would be so great to have, like, you know, like 20 animals available to everyone. It's, you know, like, because then it would be, you know, maybe you could unlock them, something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be like a huge thing in terms of the mechanics or anything like that, but I think it would be fun for, you know, for everyone who plays the full game to kind of have like, hey, I have a frog, you know, like, you know, it's like someone made a joke and paid for it, and then they have that in game, for example.
You will not be able to choose that, but it will be so incredible that someone there then will change, and I think we're keeping it. If the bikers of the tiers agree, I think we're keeping it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Because it didn't seem clear, right? It didn't seem clear. At least, actually, maybe it did seem clear because on the Kickstarter page, you know, from reading the tiers, that's what it sounded like. If you create a pet a pet companion, then you will be the only one who has access to it. And I you know,
This
I,
is
like
how
why would
it
I want to play? I want to see what other people made. You know, like it's kind of like a fun thing. You know.
Well, I think that perhaps someone might want it for themselves. Or,
Yeah.
But we will talk about that in the. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so since we've probably been here for like 3 hours, which is good. It's good. It's good. You know, time flies when you're having fun. Any? Well, I'm not gonna say last words because that sounds, you know, like yeah. We're not going to Hades. Hades? Yeah, Hades. We're not going to Hades just yet. We're never going to. Well, actually, technically, that's just the land of the dead, right? It's not hell specific. It's just the land of the dead,
They
right?
don't have
It doesn't.
exactly.
Yeah.
They were all there.
Mhm.
So I've read so much about the afterlife.
Wait, so Hades is the land? Okay, but is the land of the dead, right?
Mortals.
Technically.
Of the
Yes.
mortals and of the dead. I'm sorry.
Yes,
For
yeah.
the dead souls. So
Yeah.
you have this thing. If you died and did not have money, you stayed outside Hades,
Right.
going around.
Oh, because you can't pay the boatman
The fee.
with
And,
the
then-
yeah.
and that was supposed to be happening at a river, Acherodas.
Hmm.
And I think it's because of how dark that place is. It's a very nice place to be. I've been there.
We want to implement.
So yes, going.
sea level.
I have this idea about this level. I hope that we can a stretch goal for that. I'm so I want to make that so much. Anyway, so if you had the money to get in the Hades, then if you were someone that did well things, did good deeds in your life, you would go at Elysia Pedia. You would drink from a water and do not remember your previous life.
Oh. Well, that's kind of.
Yeah, but you don't know you're dead. I mean,
Right,
you're
right,
not
yeah.
happy. You are happy, okay?
Yeah.
If let's say this was real and we did go to Hades,
Hmm.
we entered the Elysia Pedia, and then we would be able to meet Ellen from Troy and all those people.
Hmm.
So if you were someone that did not very good with things, you would be at a more darker place in Hades, remembering what you've done, etc.
Right. You still carry the burden of your life, of the things you've done in life. Yeah.
But you will meet your people, etc.
Hmm.
The other thing is that it also had tortures. Some people that needed to be not exactly tortured, but they would
Suffer.
give them.
Yeah.
They would give them to do something that would not then, just to make sure that they will not make stupid things again. Okay, like Sisyphus. Okay,
Right,
take
yeah.
that rock, and perhaps you will not do stupid things again. And if you have that rock and you not complete what you want to do, you don't think stupidities, etc. But the good place to be, it was where the heroes went, and they would go to Canary Islands. This is where they thought. It wasn't about Hades or afterlife, etc. They, when they died, would go there and live at the Canary Islands. And this is where we should go. We are indies, we are streamer, we are basically modern heroes. This is where we're going.
So they have umbrellas with cocktails.
Yes, and coconuts, etc.
Really?
Living
Wow.
at the bar of. I'm joking. He's joking.
Oh. You know, I really thought it was like really.
But you know, Greeks, we say things very seriously, and we don't mean.
I mean, especially about your history. Yes, I would think that you take things very seriously.
We do that today.
No,
It's so
but
strange.
that's a good thing. Like you're not supposed. Well, don't put
Many times.
euros and condoms in rocks that have been standing on like in the middle of Athens for like 2,500 years. It's a little disrespectful. It's history. Like people died to do that. Yeah, but no, everyone. It doesn't matter. Like it's disrespectful. I mean, come on. Take nice pictures, take selfies, whatever. That's fine. but don't put stuff that doesn't belong there. That's that's an ancient site of mankind's history.
I know,
it-
but it's
yeah.
there.
Unbelievable.
They know
That's
where
such
to
a
go.
yeah. That's such a weird thing.
It is amazing.
Closure?
And you
Yeah.
asked us for,
Last yes, last plugins. Tell people just sell your
Okay.
game for
Okay, we're
one
selling-
last time live.
Okay.
She's looking at me like, what are you saying?
I think she knows. Anyway,
She doesn't speak English, so I talk to her in Romanian. So yeah, she's like a little bit kind of confused.
Okay, I guess we really love Go Heroes. We created Go Heroes with our heart, and we will continue making it until it's finished. And please support us in this quest. We need your support, or else we are just people. And
making something and we don't know what we're doing. I'm joking. No.
we are trying very hard to deliver something great.
We will make it. We will deliver it. We have been gathering skills and preparing for this quest our lives, our entire lives. I mean, since we started. The artists, we do not choose our lives. We are born with our lives.
Yeah.
So we have been creating projects and ideas and transforming stuff since our early years. So we have been preparing for this our entire lives. We are here and we want you guys aboard. If you like, embark our journey. If you like what you see, it would be great to have your guys and making this come true.
Yeah, so if you want to support them and get Go Heroes out there for everyone, for even larger audience, then I mean, it's 12,000 euros. It's not a large sum. I don't think it's a large sum. I mean, I know it's summer, but you could get a copy for relatively cheap. I mean, 15 euros, $18. That's lower than the average price of an indie game, which would be 20. And of course, you can get more perks if you want more. You can put a weird animal in game. You can have beta access if you want to help experiment and try to help them make something that's different, that's not out there on the market. There's no game like Go Heroes. So even
you can have a statue in the game and you will remember it forever.
And we have also a bust in the game. And we should have said that earlier. We have a puzzle designed for the busts of the gamers. Yes, we have it. Would be very fun for us to watch. I'm not sure about them, but
we will work together and create puzzles, and create your pet, your temple in the game.
We have something that we haven't really. I think that people that it's our fault. Alpha tester is €60, and it's not just an alpha tester. It's 2 alpha testers and two
copies.
Of the game, and this is why. Because I know as a gamer, I have my friend gamer. We play together, and what we were thinking is that we should give them the opportunity to have their friend gamer also be an alpha tester and have their copy.
Yeah, so especially you like it, you want to share it with someone. Yeah.
Yes, and perhaps 2 people can share. I mean, it's €30, €30 for alpha testing, and you enjoy and have fun and talk with us.
And not only that, you can influence the development, right? So your feedback is going to be incremental. Well, it's going to be vital to the development of Go Heroes, because this is something new, this is something different. Feedback is definitely required, so you can actually influence Go Heroes and influence the final version by getting a higher tier, like an alpha or a beta tier. Well, you'll be able to test things first and say what you like, what you think works, what you think doesn't work, and all of that is going to be valuable information, and you can literally contribute to game development without actually being a game developer. Yeah.
And you've seen that, you have experienced that we change stuff. Just like
Yeah,
that,
really
we
fast
change.
too. Really fast since the first demo, launching the demo initially to now to the latest version. You really worked really fast, like very fast iterations and significant changes. Although not major in terms of like probably the work, but very significant in terms of the gameplay. And yeah, again, the streamline was really good because it's very important how you introduce the game to the player. And I think now you have a much better introduction for anyone who plays it than previously. So that's great. So yeah, I guess that was it. It's been what, 3 hours and something.
Yes.
It was wonderful 3 hours. It was so
was
great
very
talking
I'm
to
just-
you, yes, Christian.
I'm just checking if okay, Addis was there. Okay, so people were saying about yeah. Oh, by the way, I got another notification about signing into Yahoo. This time from a different IP, but someone with using Firefox.
What's happening? I really
I have no idea. You know what? It's like, I don't know. We've been talking about it. It's like, I don't know. It's weird, but just use 2-factor authentication on everything, and hopefully you'll be
Nice.
you'll all be okay with that. But that was it. That was Go Heroes Prometheus. I can't wait for the Unreal
so much.
Engine 5 powered Go Heroes Hercules and Go Heroes. See, but that he's not exactly a hero, but he's one of my favorites. Go Heroes Marduk. So for people who don't know Marduk, Marduk is an awesome Mesopotamian god, and he's yeah, Marduk. He's great. He's kind of like Zeus level, except he's from Sumerian Akkadian like mythology, and of course he was the patron god of Babylon. He's awesome. He slayed a pretty huge dragon. But yeah, so I mean he's awesome. Marduk is awesome. So hopefully you'll be able to do that. But first, Go Heroes Prometheus.
Go Heroes, yes.
What? What did you think? You're supposed to. You're supposed to continue. Like you should have like. You should have like. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we have like 10 games in the series already planned, and it's like it's Prometheus. It's like I don't know, Odysseus,
Yes.
Theseus, and whatever. Yeah. Jason probably. Jason's cool. Jason's really cool.
I
Yeah.
like Jason, but I think
Yeah.
I like Theseus a bit more.
Yeah.
Because he was a king of Athens, and
He was smarter. I think he was smarter. That's another thing that I like about him.
One last thing, the urban legend that not everybody, not many people know about that. It's that Theseus was a real king of Athens, and he wanted to be remembered in eternity. And he wanted to be received in the minds of people like Hercules. And
Mhm.
he hired someone to help him write his deeds.
Really?
He has done he's done so many things for Athens and for Greece. If it wasn't from Theseus, we couldn't move around Greece, okay? We can now travel through Corinthus, etc. Because of Theseus. It was these things that happened in Greece is partly because of Theseus, who removed the thieves and people could go around the cities, etc. But in reality, someone wrote all that stuff about the Poseidon monsters he killed, and he intentionally spread the rumor that he could be
He was
the
the one.
son of Poseidon.
Oh.
Became immortal.
He's not
It was-
exactly an impostor, but
But see, it's not like it wasn't enough that he would rule Athens, right? He had to be a hero too. It's like, come on, like you have enough power, but no, he wanted to be remembered and everything.
It was very important back then to be written in the history.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
how they will remember.
it is the only way to become immortal.
Yeah.
For a simple human.
Yes.
Yeah, he should have talked to the Egyptians. He'd be like, "Oh, you want immortality? No problem. We're gonna wrap you up. We're gonna take all your, yeah, we're gonna because they had a different idea about immortality and how you achieve that and how you get, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But
they just had to build huge things in order to get immortality. But yeah, actually, I mean, apparently a lot of people were mummified, so you know, immortality was available to more people than initially thought. You didn't have to be a pharaoh to, you know, be a nice wrapped up mummy ready for the afterlife in the sky.
No, they didn't say it like this. It was your name to be remembered. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we did one big thing, you know, Acropolis. And it was so big. Anyway, I'm gonna say more stories, and I don't want to do that anymore. Please don't.
After 6 hours, okay,
I
let's
mean, I would-
do it close.
I would stay for 6 hours. I don't think Rhea will stay for 6 hours because she's, you know, she's a dog. But I would definitely
we'll
stay
come
in
again,
for 6
and
hours.
you're always welcome in Athens. You're always welcome, and
Yes,
we will
yes.
show you everywhere.
For 1,000
Yeah.
euro,
Yeah. For definitely, yeah.
We do have this here, and you were like, should we put this? Who's gonna buy it? And I was, okay, let's do it.
You will be your
Why
tour
not? Yeah.
guide.
Yeah.
For a person that does have that money and will come through Athens,
Anyway, yes.
it will be a tour that he will remember forever, because we will take him to places and he will see not only the part of history that people read, but the part we have lived through the years.
And for clubbing course, not also not
And
That's not
you-
included. No, that's
you-
not included.
You can put a €5, you know, banknote and a condom, and you know, in the rocks, in you know, that were Jesus Christ.
This condom.
I can't seriously. I can't believe that people do that. It's anyway. That's gonna stick with me. It's gonna be like, yeah.
What?
Well,
One last thing.
Yeah.
When we reach 50%, there's a tour from us. We will go to Acropolis and the area live, and we will stream from there and talk to you guys and show you stuff. And I can't wait for that.
okay. Well, that's probably gonna be in maybe, I don't know, a week. I don't know. I'm trying to calculate, because it's gonna be like,
now.
okay, that's great. It's gonna be like the halfway point, and then, you know, like in 2 more weeks, you're gonna, you know, of course, you're gonna probably get a boost, like also at the end, because that's usually how, you know, Kickstarter campaigns work. Like you have like a big boost at the start, then it kind of slows down, and then you get another boost at the end. Pretty much every Kickstarter campaign that was successful has that pattern. No, it's an observed pattern. It's like, it's, you know, it's not unusual. It's just, you know, more people know of it. It's, you know, it gets more traction, especially at the end, because there's more coverage and so on and so forth. So I'm confident. So thanks so much for being here and for all the explaining. Sorry for, you know, keeping you for like 3 minutes because I had to go. And I mean, Rhea was nice. She was good. She didn't bark, so I'm glad that's happening. But the biggest thing. Go Heroes Kickstarter, see the links in the description, go there, and support. And in terms of, you know, me, little old me, you know, you can like the live stream, you can share it, that helps a lot, especially if you want more people to discover Go Heroes. You know, I have 2 live streams of the demo, so you can share those if you like. And other than that, I'm not gonna say more, because, you know, I'd rather you spend money on Go Heroes than on me. So just see the links in the description. Thanks again, both of you. Do not leave the call. I'm gonna end the stream, but do not leave the call, because I did an interview and that happened. It's like, wait, you're not supposed to go. Like the interview was like the live part was finished, not the, you know, not the actual, you know, like not the actual.
We're not leaving.
So okay, so stay on. Everyone else, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again Monday for a new live stream. If you want to decide what I play on Monday, go to cryptichybrid.locals.com. You can become a member there. Use the real code REALGAMING, and you get a supporter tier level, which means you get all the perks that I'm not gonna mention. One of them, though, is deciding what I'm going to play on Monday. Thanks again, and easy there. Until the next time we see each other, have an awesome day. Jesus Christ, stop it. Jesus.
Can I